It's okay.
No, shaved crotch.
All right.
What did I do? Well,
Got
it's
it.
not
All
my
right,
fault.
the
You
director
got
is
me.
directing. Good job, director.
Just want to
Should
make
I-
sure your beautiful ass is in the shot.
We gotta have all.
What about my face?
All of the beautiful faces in the shot. We're all beautiful,
The beautiful people. The beautiful people.
except for the empty chair we have. Less beautiful, but
I
it'll
wish
be
we had
filled.
his little
Here,
fox
it'll-
there
It'll
just
be,
to like
it'll be
sit on
filled
the
with the beautiful,
Put
beautiful
his face on like a
too.
popsicle stick and stick it in the pillow.
All right.
Be good stuff.
Welcome, everyone. This is our weekly Dungeons and Dragons game. We will be continuing our campaign of the Tyranny of Dragons. I feel like I'm about to sneeze everywhere, so I'm trying to not do that.
Potato.
Okay.
It's supposed to make you not sneeze.
This is not working.
You're not sneezing.
I'm fighting it back.
Potato!
It's fine.
Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
All right. We are the Initiative Syndicate, and we are in session 3 of our new campaign. And this is our new one. We've been running the Tyranny of Dragons now, and we're going to do a brief recap, and we're going to get right into the mix. Since Rob's character is still here, who will be volunteering to fill in for any potential combats that he may need to participate in?
Can we bring it up?
Yeah, I was gonna say I can if.
It should be on the D&D Beyond. So
I mean, I don't mind. I mean, I've never really played a-
His stuff should be pretty simple. He doesn't cast spells or
Yeah.
anything.
yeah, he's
so.
a rogue.
It's a rogue. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could do it too. I played rogue.
Okay.
You got
played
it?
rogue
You played a
too.
rogue before? Okay, yeah, you do it then.
Excellent.
I just
All
gotta
right,
be able
so
to get to it.
recap from last week's session.
Let me know if you can.
You guys have been in the town of Greenest. It's a it's a town that is sort of like in between a bunch of larger cities. It's like a city that you
How's
get
this
to
tablet charged?
on the way to bigger
Or is that
cities on the
Aaron's?
coast of the
Is
Sword
Aaron still
Coast.
there?
I think so.
You were all strangers. Some of you
Sorry,
knew
not
each
to
other,
load you.
but for the most
I
part,
can't get
you
in.
guys had not been a
You
collective
can't?
unit when you first arrived. You all were here for various different reasons, most of which have been either revealed in some capacity or at least hinted at in some capacity. And while you guys were here, deserving or enjoying a nice, well-earned rest before you ventured on probably your separate ways, since none of you really knew each other, the town was attacked by a weird
I can view
cult
it.
group of some type, almost like an army of bandits and assassins and
Did you get
thieves
the-
and these strange small lizards. Also in their ranks, they seem to have some large adult blue dragon that was causing just complete and utter chaos and mayhem. They did not seem to be here for the sole purpose of murder and slaughter. They all seemed to be here for the purpose of looting and pillaging, seeming to take more interest in the valuables in the town than killing the innocents in the town. This has been going on now. This little siege of sorts has been going on for a while. You have made it to the central keep, which is probably the most fortified area in the entire town.
Okay. You got it?
And you have kind of been working with two individuals, one more than others. The Governor Nighthill, is basically like the head political figure in the town. He's basically the leader. But as far as the military decisions that are made, you guys have been working with Escobar. Or Escobar, or, I don't remember. It's
Escargot.
Escargot. He's a red-haired, kind of fiery dwarf. I think he's very tropey, but I like that, so I'm fine with that. I
Don't
like
forget
dwarves.
Roberto.
Yeah, you guys made friends with an
Yep.
NPC, a 12, 13-year-old kid by the name of Roberto,
He has a javelin now.
who has been kind of like working with you to help you. You guys have sort of used him as a scout, trying to keep him out of harm's way. And if things got hairy or dangerous, he was to run back and kind of alert people what was going on. But so far, he's shown more bravery than most of the people in the town, and he's been willing to help you guys in any way that he can. I feel like most of you guys have seemed to at least kind of like him and don't want to kill him.
So far.
That's good. That's good. You guys have completed a couple of tasks. You have made sure that the tunnel leading out of the keep, like an underground passageway, that it was cleared and there was no any sort of monsters, that the latch was working. And this now gives you an entrance in and out of the keep without the raiders knowing that you're here. You've been asked to participate in several tasks, and any tasks that you don't undergo are probably going to be passed on to another group of people who are willing to volunteer and do it. The last task that you did was you ended up going to the temple, and there were several dozen villagers that were trapped inside as these kobolds and cultists were trying to break into the keep, presumably to steal valuables. You guys snuck up on the back as they were trying to basically burn the door down. And you also managed to obtain a couple of prisoners at the end of the last session. You have obtained one of the cultists and one of the kobolds. They are in your possession. Your barbarian brought them back with you, and you guys escaped back to the keep. And that's where we're going to pick up. You guys have entered back into the keep, and you now have the prisoners. So, I'm going to leave it to you.
So we was to take these prisoners back to Brother Bear, or whatever his name was, for interrogation. Is that right? I don't remember.
Yeah, Escobert. That's who we're taking it to.
Cool. All right. Let's. I'll lead the way and walk into Escargot.
Are we already made it through the tunnel? Or
Yeah, you guys are back in the
Yeah.
keep.
we're already back in the keep. Okay. I guess we can escort him over to the dwarf and the mayor and see what they've got to say. Maybe they've got somebody to talk to him and make him speak a little bit more freely.
I mean, I can make him speak pretty good too, but Escargot, he really wanted to give it a whirl. He
I
thought he was
figured
good
he
at
could
it.
probably break a knee or two and make him speak a little quicker, be quick of tongue.
I mean, I could too. Just because I'm tiny doesn't mean I can't break no knees.
I bet you're quick of tongue too.
Quick or what? Well, that's how I get my dinner. I wish that was an attack where I could like tongue whip someone. For,
I
like,
thought that was in your.
is it?
I thought that was in your species traits.
Oh.
That'd be great, like as a
If it's not, we'll work on that because.
Okay.
I mean, I
that
think-
or make like a blindness attack.
I know that you can like jump.
Yeah,
but
I can
you're-
jump.
You're a frog. I mean,
It's
bro,
just regular unarmed strike.
we can work on that. We'll fix that.
Yes. I'm gonna tongue whip some.
I'm thinking like 10-foot reach. You know,
Yeah.
potential grapple on things that are smaller than you or the same size.
Sure. Like 3d12 damage.
No.
something.
You said we're on TikTok, right? I've watched
That'd probably be
like
unarmed damage.
Well,
But
my-
potential
my-
grapple.
My unarmed damage is 0.
You gotta have some. You got no strength.
My
Isn't it
strength
minimum
is like
1?
My strength is -1.
I
pretty
figure
sure
if
it's
you tongue lash
minimum 1
somebody,
damage.
give him disadvantage.
Yeah, it's
Tongue
For
punch.
being grossed out.
0. Yeah, or they have to make like.
Or he
a
comes up
psych
behind
check.
him, comes up behind him and like slaps him right in his ass with the tongue. It's like tongue punches their butthole. And like,
Please don't use that attack on any of the enemies.
oh my god, we've been doing this for 3 minutes now.
3 minutes.
It took
All
3
right.
minutes.
Session's over,
And my
guys.
guy is
Thanks for
tongue-jacking
showing up.
shit boxes.
Appreciate everyone doing it. You guys are the best. And next week we won't be here. And
Escobert's over there in the corner.
we won't be here next week, but not.
But not
because
because we're canceled. Hopefully.
I'm canceling us.
All right. Hey, Escargot, we got some prisoners for you. What you think about that?
Escobert.
Escargot.
Hey,
Hey,
bring them over.
they're right here.
They look a little unconscious.
Well, I mean,
You see him like just smack the cultist in the face.
Oh,
Hey!
shit.
Wake up!
Did he
No
wake up?
response. Give him a couple of minutes. Looks like you put a nasty bump on his head. Good. It's not me criticizing your work. More of a compliment. In fact, I'd have been happy if you could put a bigger lump on his head without killing him.
Well, do you got anybody can talk Kobold? We got one of them also.
I don't think they have their own language.
I wasn't sure.
I think they speak
haven't
the-
dealt with them much.
I think they speak the Draconic tongue.
Well,
One of them at least spoke common earlier too. Shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. We have someone that can translate if he doesn't want to talk. It's called Red Hot Tongues. Jab him with a poker.
I told you. I don't need to be around for this. I'm just going to take a little... I'm going to mosey on over here while you guys do your little session.
That's fair. I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. Sometimes just the threat of pain.
Well, do you need me to wake them up, heal them a little bit to get them up to... so we can move this along?
The bare minimum.
I'll bring out my med kit and...
Okay.
I don't speak Kobold, but I do speak Luxodon.
Okay. So
Crispin gives you a look like...
You kind of begin administering some
What the
first aid
hell's a
medical
Luxodon?
treatment to the prisoners. Just basic medical stuff. You're kind of mixing together a few herbs and things that you know would kind of almost work sort of like a smelling salt. Maybe not as potent, but it's got that kind of just wake you up kind of
Bring
vibe.
out my 11 herbs and spices and bring them too.
I think you got one magic item that's literally just spices.
I walked right into that.
You set yourself up for it.
Gosh. All right. So, does one of you want to do the interrogation, or you prefer the NPCs to do the interrogation? They are your prisoners. They don't know us. You might be able to get more information out of them since you've already conquered them once.
Well, I mean, we got them for you. I don't know what I'd ask. I have no real agenda. I just want to go to bed soon. I got bedtime, you know.
I'm not so great with people, so I'll bear witness.
I don't think you've got to be great with people to interrogate them.
I think that's the whole point, not being great with them.
So maybe it should be you.
Maybe slap them around a little bit. But I think Mr. Old
Yeah, I
Redbeard
think-
be better
I think he'd
person
be better
for
in
it.
that case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is your town. They're attacking it. We're just passer-throughs.
That way, if they point something out, you know where it's at. We've only been here, half a day or so.
So he goes over to the kobold at first, and the kobold seems to have recovered a little bit faster. Maybe it's a small stature, not as much lung, not as much blood,
Sure.
to get the oxygen in there. I don't know. I don't know anything about medical.
It
So
doesn't
let's
work
ask
that
our
way
medical
in real
person.
life, but
Does it not work like that?
no.
Yeah.
Maybe it's his draconic heritage.
There it is. That's what it is.
Okay. He's like, no, doesn't work that way at all. Nope, you're just talking out of your ass, sir. But it's your world, and I don't want to disagree with you.
But it could be. We can't do magic in the real world, but we can play magic.
Can we? Anyway. So with that, he goes over to the kobold, and I think maybe you guys didn't bump the kobold on the head nearly as hard when you were
Probably.
knocking him out. Plus, those 11 herbs and spices smell really good. Doesn't look like he's eaten in a while. You kind of hear his stomach rumbling a little bit. What are you doing in the town? You rat bastard. Looting.
Fucking Crinko.
That's what we're here for. Loot.
Krinko, is that you?
Loot and treasure. What kind of treasure, and what do you need it for? I mean, what does anybody need any loot or treasure for? Spending? But we weren't really told. We were just sort of said, hey, you need to go over here and do this. And who told you this? The dragon lady. She's kind of really intense. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty scared of her. So she could have told me to jump off a cliff and I would have done that. No questions asked. Yeah.
And that was the lady in like the robe, the purplish thing.
Yep, yep, that's her.
What's her name? Dragon lady.
Razor. Resmer. I don't know.
Now, does old dragon lady turn into a dragon, or
Oh, I don't know. I just know that she really likes dragons.
Ah. I mean, I'm somewhat of a dragon frog, if we're going by that standard. I ain't no dragon. But I'm friends with one.
Okay.
So is that like her?
Probably no.
She's not friends with him.
Oh, I don't know. I know that she somehow talked Big Blue and Ugly to come in and light things up with his breath attack. But I don't think, like, she scared him. I think it was more of a favor. Maybe he owed her one. I don't know. As far as what they want with the treasure, I don't know. We weren't told.
we would know, basically, and from growing up, that dragons like the horde.
I would say that it's pretty common knowledge. You've probably heard stories of adventurers, and the little bit of dragon lore that you guys probably would have heard around is that most dragons usually hoard something, whether it's actual treasure or information or people or land or it could be a lot of things. It's just a draconic nature. Yeah, I'd say that's not uncommon knowledge.
They like the booty.
Okay.
Nope.
So you don't know what they want with the treasure. You don't know how much of the treasure they want. And were your orders to kill anyone here? Only if they stopped us. Only if they got in the way.
How many of them are you?
Oh, a bunch. I don't know. It was several different, I guess, tribes of kobolds that they brought in that sometimes work together, sometimes don't.
And what about, is the cultist still knocked out?
Yeah, he's kind of coming to.
What about his type?
I don't know much about their type. They don't really say much to us. They also kind of look down on us.
Well, then why work with them?
Because they'll kill us.
I mean, there's enough of you to overpower them, isn't it?
I don't know. Do you want to team up with a bunch of your human friends and go try to take out a bunch of dragons? I don't. Plus, dragons are the perfect species life form.
Well, I'm not talking about the dragons. I'm talking about
Yeah,
you all
but they
taking.
clearly know dragons.
Oh, gotcha.
Clearly, there's one flying in the sky.
Well, you did not specify that.
I thought it was implied. We call her the Dragon Lady. Who's this guy? Is he writing any of this down?
I'm gonna let the colonel down and let him go over there and start pecking the hell out of the kobold. I'm not known to lose my temper, but the colonel here does.
That's chicken.
He looks tasty.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
I think about that time you see like a golden aura around the chicken, around the colonel as he gets closer to kobold after the tasty comment.
Do you cast a magical weapon on the chicken?
I should cast Sacred Flame from his fire.
Can you cast through the chicken?
Nobody said I couldn't.
Good point.
And how did you all know he's not a holy symbol?
That's also a good point.
And we cast Word of Radiance out of it. It's just gonna be.
He doesn't seem to know much more. These are clearly the lowest of the servants. But you brought this robed fella in. We might need the poker for this one. He has that look in his eye. And you kind of see him. He has this very cold, calculated, very calm look. He doesn't seem concerned at all.
Is he sitting on the ground?
Mm-hmm.
So his hands are tied behind his back. And I'm gonna speak to. Yeah, bring Colonel up and I speak in his ear. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can do that. All right. You're telling me to do this, okay? So I put him back down. I grab in my little pouch with little crushed up corn, and I throw it in the crotch area of the cultist, and let the colonel go over there and just start pecking at it.
Make a
Damn it! I gotta get my dice out.
make an intimidation check.
I don't think that's within my strong.
Well, are you not trying to intimidate him?
I'm not the colonel, yes.
Can I,
If
make,
you know the colonel's stats, then make the colonel roll an intimidation
can
check.
I give him advantage by like
Shit.
being the colonel's hype man? Like, oh shit, oh no, he did not just do. Oh shit.
I'm gonna
He's
give myself guidance.
He's gonna.
I'm gonna say if that's how you do it, no.
What's that?
That was not very good hype up.
Damn.
21.
Didn't need it.
Okay. Something about your presence seems to intimidate him more than the actual chicken. You kind of have this look in your eye, like you're willing to do what it takes, and you can kind of tell for a moment. You guys kind of lock eyes, and he can kind of tell that he's not sure how far you'll go. He kind of feels like everybody else that's around, nah, they got limits and he can handle them. But there's just something about you that just kind of breaks his... You actually see it in his eye. Like, for a second, he just kind of...
And I'm going to lean forward once I see them. We're like, maybe you should answer the questions we're asking you.
You're all going to die.
At one point in our life, we're going to, yes. It will happen sooner or later.
Sooner than later. You won't even be able to delay it.
And what is going to kill us then?
You'll see soon enough. It's not my place to reveal.
You want to hit him again?
I'm not all about the hitting part of it. I don't think we need to rough him up any more than he's been roughed up. I really don't think he's going to say much more. And then I'm going to, like, turn around and have the mace, like, loosely swing and, like, pop him right in the side of the face, like it's hanging from my side. And, like,
Roll for damage.
roll for damage. That's horrible. God, I hope I didn't kill him. That'd be 4 damage.
He is pretty low.
Oh, my bad.
As you kind of
My
hit
bad.
him in the face, it's clearly not on purpose. You see him spit out a couple of teeth, and he goes, "It doesn't matter. You can kill me, and my purpose has already been served.
Who are you?
She will rise again."
And who is this she you speak of? How did I get turned into the interrogator?
You said you was good at it.
I don't remember that part of it, but we'll go. We're gonna run with it.
Yeah, you're doing a great job.
And
All
I only
right.
speak for the trees.
We gather this
Like the
for
Lord.
her,
Who's her?
the queen of the dragons.
The queen of the dragons.
She will rise again, and this world will burn.
So this queen, is that the one out there in the purple dress, or
You wish.
I don't remember being a bard and trying to say stuff funny.
Yeah, that was last campaign.
That was last campaign.
This is for her great horde.
So
We
who's
will
the
rise and make a horde worthy of her majesty.
so who's the purple lady out front?
She is a representative.
Represent like the HR department of the dragons.
For a special organization
Special.
who wishes to see her majesty brought back to power.
Do you have a name for this lady that you call her besides the rep?
He seems to suddenly not want to talk to you anymore.
Throw some more corn on his crotch.
You know what? I don't know if he'll want to talk anyway. He's already made up his mind. I'll pick up the colonel, put him back in his little hammock.
Okay.
And I'm like, Roberto!
Yeah. What's up?
Poke him a couple times with that javelin, make sure it's
Like how hard?
just enough to prod him a little bit. You know what? No, I shouldn't do that. Shouldn't do it.
He gets really excited for a second. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like if you accidentally do it, what's he gonna do?
I feel like a part of me is just like the little torn map. Shouldn't have told you to do that. You know, that was wrong.
He does kind of like walk by him and he kind of kicks him in the back. Taking all of our stuff, jerk. Tried to set my house on fire. My favorite house I sleep at. You know, behind it. They got a really nice doghouse. Jerk. And he kicks him again. I mean, he's a street urchin, so.
With my history with dragons, when I know anything about a dragon queen,
Roll history check.
history, not great. 5.
You have never heard the dragon that you are familiar with ever mention anything about one.
Okay.
The only dragon that could potentially be of that particular nature would be one that is more thought of as like a deity, often referred to as the mother of dragons. The name escapes you.
Okay. So when you say Queen of Dragons, you're not talking about Grazemeese?
She's but a tool, an instrument.
A tool? How dare you call her a tool?
She is for the purpose of resurrection, escape.
So Grazemeese is working for you?
More like we are working for her.
Oh, then they're cool. I know Grazemeese.
You know Grazemeese?
Well, like I seen her. You know what I'm saying?
You're cool, like you're friends with a dragon?
Well, like a little bit. Like, you know, they, we live in the same vicinity.
So...
So, like, we hang out?
Understanding?
Yeah, maybe a little bit more than that. You know, we work for her, she worked for us. She's good people.
Okay.
That's who this gun's based after. See how it's all dragon scaly?
Yeah, is that normal out here?
Well, not really out here, but like where I'm from,
Okay.
it's pretty normal in my bayou.
I'm learning a lot. This place is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Escobert seems interested in the fact that you claim to have dragon friends. His ears kind of perk up and turns to you. When you say, laddie, that you work for a dragon, what do you mean exactly?
Well, you're the police and all, so I can't really tell you.
I don't think it works like that.
I think it does.
I don't believe I have any jurisdiction in your swamp.
Well, we're not just in the swamp, you know what I'm saying? We in other places.
Fair enough. I won't ask you anything that you are uncomfortable telling us.
Okay, so this is what I will tell you. I work for a dragon, kinda. She's awesome.
Directly with said dragon?
Well, like, she wouldn't do what I do. Like, I do, like, lower totem poles. See, they call me a tadpole
You
with the ranks.
have conversations with said dragon?
Well, conversation, that's a big word. I wouldn't really say that.
So no.
Well, you know, it's like this. No. But she has talked at me, around me before. I was there when she talked.
So she tells the leadership, and then they tell you.
Well, yeah, you know, they don't just let her talk to any little frog.
No, that makes sense.
You know,
It's not judgment. It makes sense.
but one day I will get there.
So out of all of you, you're the only one with any sort of experience dealing with the dragon, even indirectly.
Sure.
In a more diplomatic sense.
Mm-hmm.
Is this correct? And he
Team-
kind of like shouts out through the keep because everyone's kind of like a little bit less talkative as all this is kind of going on. They just watched you beat a dude in the face with a mace on accident. Dude's
It was an
coughing blood.
accident.
They saw you with that little glow aura.
There was a
around your
divine
chicken, and
intervention.
all of a sudden, it's just like everyone's kind of like, oh shit, just kind of watching. You notice that there's now like a hush going on.
I'm like that aggressive preacher.
Is that true? Has anyone here ever had any dealings with the dragon in a diplomatic sense? Just you.
Sure.
I've been in hunting parties looking for younger dragons, but never to have a conversation with more of a eviction.
Are dragons known to take human form at time to time, or any kind of humanoid form?
Would I know that?
No.
Well, like when I seen her, she was dragon, right? How would I know if she wasn't a dragon? You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh.
if she turned into another person, she gonna look like a person.
I'm not talking about the one you know in particular. I'm talking about
Oh.
the one out in the purple out there.
I mean, she didn't look like a
I've
dragon.
heard fairy tales, what Mom and Paul used to read us growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious if any of that's true.
Probably not. That sounds kind of weird, kind of crazy. I mean, why would they turn into, as cultist number one here would say, a lesser being? They are the superior being. So why would they pose as one of us? You know what I'm saying?
Infiltration, I'm sure.
Well, just
Probably
like the
easier
gods.
to
The
get into
gods,
certain places.
the gods are among us. Case in point, the Colonel.
Yep.
Sometimes they take a lesser being in their eyes to be among us. Ain't that right, Colonel?
You're
And he just
saying that
like pecking at the ground.
your chicken is a god?
some form or another.
I don't
I'm
know
not
what it is. It's not normal.
He's very desirable. A lot of people want to eat him.
He must be very charismatic for a chicken.
I guess.
That's no insult. And he's a very handsome chicken.
He's got like a +2.
I feel
charisma.
like he just struts up a little bit and just.
Puffs the chest a little bit.
But yeah, from outside the little sling, he's like. Brr.
Stop it.
So, we still have the issue of the dragon flying around.
Yeah.
Since you are the only one with any sort of experience diplomatically with a dragon, would you be willing to possibly attempt to speak to said dragon? Maybe
I feel
asking
like at
it
this point, Crispin's like,
to not continue to destroy our village?
I could.
Or scare it?
Well, I did have that plan about shooting it. And here's the thing. When I was looking at that dragon, it looked bored. It didn't want to be here. It's just like, and as
Well, maybe you could use that to your advantage.
well, yeah.
Maybe point out that this is beneath it.
I could do that. Yeah, I could try and talk to it. I don't really think I can scare the dragon away. I mean,
That's really the last big problem that we have. All of the other smaller problems are being dealt with. The dragon is the last big problem. We need to try to minimize the damage that it is doing.
okay. Yeah, I can go out and talk to it. See,
Maybe save her from the parapet.
sure. But outside?
No, up above.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was
Maybe
thinking.
climb the tower. Maybe get its attention somehow.
Well, I have a way to get dragon attention. It's like,
you do not want to shoot that dragon.
no,
wouldn't
I'm
recommend
not
that.
gonna.
I kind of want him to.
So I you see this little sling right here in this little cone? That it's kind of like a dog whistle for dragons. So it whistles, and then it like attracts dragon noises.
How do you know this?
Because I am friends adjacent with a dragon.
Has you ever used it to attract a dragon?
I made it in the bayou, where the dragon is.
Okay.
So it's never been tested.
I suppose it's as good of any idea as we have. Worst case scenario, the dragon laughs at you, burns you to a cinder, and we're only down one strange villager, and we will mourn your death.
Well, there goes my answer. I was going to
Don't
go
worry.
up there.
If we survive this, we will build a shrine to you and worship you every year.
Oh shit! Well,
Well, that's kind of blasphemy.
He'd be
right
a
there.
hero to the town
no, he's wise.
for
yeah.
attempting to diplomatically
Yeah,
save us from the wrath of a dragon.
I like that.
That is heroic.
That's nice.
That's almost as heroic as slaying a dragon. Maybe better. Some people would look at the dragon as a living creature, not a monster.
It is a living creature.
So are you going to go up there and talk
Well, I mean, they're going to build a statue. How could I say no?
You're right. You know,
I mean-
the statue is tempting.
Do you have a statue of you?
No, no. I have no want or need for a statue.
Is there a statue of the Colonel?
You know what? I prefer being alive. That way, I'm like a movable statue.
Well, you just
I
said
could go
all
from
of us are going to die one day anyway, so...
Yeah, I'm not worried about the statue. That's long distance down the road.
Statue
Well-
seems a lot less useful than walking around.
Yeah, I can't help anybody if I'm a statue.
But your spirit could.
But you would be an inspiration.
This is why they won't remember your name. All right, let's go.
Before he heads up there, I'm gonna cast guidance. And I'm gonna bring out.
I love it.
I'm gonna bring out the emblem of Lathander, kiss it, and put it to your forehead, and put guidance on you.
Okay.
Just return back in one piece.
Oh, dude, dragons love me. It's be alright.
I know it's not going to do anything, but I am also going to guidance.
Double guidance.
You've been double guidance, which does nothing mechanically in the game.
Right.
Absolutely nothing.
It's just
But
flavor.
just
Both of
in
your hands
case.
light up with celestial power.
I feel like on one side is like the angel and one side is the devil a little bit. And like, which guidance am I going to use? Escargot, you got any like big ass white sheets so I can, when I blow the dragon horn, I can like, hey,
We could probably arrange that.
yeah. So I wave the white flag and be like,
Yes. Go get this man a large sheet or a blanket of some type.
yo. Yeah, now, not too big. I mean, I am a small person. I can't carry a.
You know what might be a good idea? Why don't you take this cultist up there with you? He might be more willing to talk to you if the cultist is right next to you.
Nah. I
That
don't.
also might piss him off.
Probably
He
not.
took one of his people.
That's just a lot to handle. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just throwing ideas out there. You know what? I'm gonna go start looking around, see if they have any pieces of marble laying around. We don't need that big of a piece.
Marble?
So, you gotta work on your statue.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Start getting work on that. That's great.
You see the governor. He kind of has not really had a lot of direct contact with you. You've seen him kind of like trying to issue out commands to other like groups of would-be, adventurers or townspeople trying to do the various things. But he's been kind of overhearing this conversation. And he just kind of comes up to you and says, "Very, very, very much appreciate all that you and your friends are trying to do. Very much appreciate it."
Y'all gonna build a statue of me though?
I want to do an insight check on Edelbert and how much confidence he has that Otis is going to do any good whatsoever, or he's just seeing if he's going to get toasted.
I'll allow it. Make an insight check.
I'm kind of curious. I'm looking at Edelbert the whole time while he's
Otis is just reeled in. Tell me more.
I love that I didn't even have to make a persuasion check. This is amazing. I love it.
What
That's
I
very
what I
appealing
say,
to him.
perception or it don't matter.
You'd
23.
be immortalized, you know. I mean,
Right.
23.
23. I mean, obviously, you're not a mind reader,
No.
but you kind of get the impression that
Like, is there any facial expression? Like, is he like, okay,
he
like
does-
confidence,
he
or
doesn't
like,
feel like you can tell that he
Looks
doesn't feel
good on you,
100%
though.
confident.
or is he like that
he-
dad that rolls his eyes in the
He
back
kind
of his head?
you kind of get that he feels like this could go 50-50.
All right.
So you're saying there's a chance?
I'll take those odds.
Okay.
I think only because when you kind of mentioned that you'd had experience with dragons, his face kind of lit up a little bit, almost like a little bit of hope.
What he didn't know, they were dragonflies in the swamp.
And
Dragon needs
he's
nuts.
hoping that maybe that,
Screws it's not here.
even
I
the way
would've
that he
made
asked you can kind of tell that he's kind of hoping
Damn
that
it,
that
Scrizzle.
experience
We need to get these two characters
might give you an
together.
edge. Like
hope-
maybe you won't die instantaneously.
I hope so too.
Oh my God, Scrisden and Otis together.
Dude.
Jesus.
Oh, no.
There's gonna be a one shot somewhere.
In a parallel universe, when the gates to the multiverse open,
I don't know. Skriz and Nevena were
Doctor Strange
multiverse
he
universe
has
hopping.
a plane traveling
Yeah.
machine. Don't think that
Yes.
anything can't happen now at this point.
Canon.
And I told you guys, those characters aren't done. We're not done with them yet. That campaign is over.
Is that me or you? Oh, that's
Yes.
Yes.
So, you decide to head up the tower steps and head up near the parapet.
And I have the big white flag.
Yes, you have the big.
Yes.
They've arranged you to have. It looks like a couple of pillowcases, and they've cut some holes in them so you can kind of stick them into like an old broom handle, and you're kind of just waving them around. It was very, very quick, very rushed. Yeah,
Okay.
it was maybe a 20-minute process that you had to wait.
Good enough.
At this point, it's probably getting close to 2 o'clock in the morning. So you guys have been up for quite a while. It looks as though the fires are still going on the outskirts. They're not quite as big as they were on the outskirts. And it looks like the population is still kind of dispersed. Most of it's now sort of centralized, but there's still several on the outsides of the village. You see the dragon kind of like walking along the base of the tower, like in the front of it, just kind of looking up at it, just kind of snorting, almost seeming like... And over the last probably hour or so, you've seen him just occasionally kind of get up, flap his wings, and he'll make a pass or two and try to breathe lightning at the tower. But you can tell he's not really putting his whole heart in it.
Okay. So as Otis is walking up and getting up there, he's going to do a little pep talk with himself. All right, Otis, you're the man. You can do this. You are the man. Okay. You got a can-do attitude. You got a very charismatic smile. They're gonna make a statue of you. You can do this. I'm the man. I'm the man. Okay. Remember, when all those toads was making fun of you, you're gonna show them all up now. You're gonna get a statue in your name. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be great. Dragons love me. They love Otis. Okay, let's do this. So I think he kind of just keeps saying that on the whole way up to the top, and then he's gonna take this little dragon horn out and blow it and wave the white flag to signal the dragon to come up.
As you have now kind of like walked around and you're at the furthest point of the parapet where you can kind of look out, and you're waving a little flag, you notice that there are several dead corpses of defenders, like villagers, that look as though they've been sizzled either through electricity or they're kind of smoldering a little bit.
Yeah, it's probably just lightning.
Because you've kind of like, you can look over. It's not like a full encapsulated tower. Like you're up on the top. You can kind of look over. So you start waving your little flag.
Yep, and I blow my dragon horn.
And what exactly is this item?
That is an item that
I know this is one of your homebrew things. So
I just made it up.
Okay.
But it makes sense that I would have a horn that would speak to dragons in my mind.
When you say speak to them,
Like a dog whistle, kind of,
okay.
is what I was envisioning.
So it's not necessarily a pleasant noise. It's more like to get their attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was my Lexodon. I feel like Dory right now. I speak whale. How are you?
You blow the little horn, little whistle, and as the blue dragon is sort of walking away, getting ready to make another. It looks like he's getting ready to spread his wings in a second to fly and do a new pass. He stops. He lowers his wings, and he turns his neck, and you see the big long horn on his nose, sort of like crackling with bits of electricity, and you see his eyes kind of focus in on where the sound is coming from, and immediately pick up on your tiny little flag up there just waving.
So I'm gonna be waving the flag, and then when he sees me, I'll be like, "Hi."
I got the spirit of dying ready.
See, he immediately turns. He flaps his wings a little bit. You see like a dust cloud kind of go out. Several of the guards on the lower levels of this tower are kind of looking up like little slits in the windows, or like the little arrow slots. You hear them kind of, oh, and they kind of like back up. You can kind of hear them, a couple of them trip down the steps. He very much like a cat kind of walks over very, very much like this is his place. He can do whatever he wants. He kind of knocks over a couple of the cultists on his way because they're just in the way. He kind of like just bumps right into him, like, get out of my way. This is my
Steps on
path. Very arrogant.
Sounds about right.
And he walks up to the base of the tower, and he looks up. And then he stands up on his hind legs and stretches up as far as he can, not quite to the top of the tower, but enough that you can actually see his face probably 40 or 50 feet away from you. And his face is huge. You smell and feel the charge of electricity in the air as you don't really have any hair,
I do have a mohawk.
but the hair on your head kind of tingles a little bit. If you had hair anywhere else, like it would probably be standing up on end, like on your neck and in your arms and stuff. But you definitely feel it like charge, like right before a storm.
Right. Hey.
You wanted my attention.
Yeah, man. How you doing? My name's Otis. What's y'all name?
You have the stench of a dragon on you.
Well, yeah, I'm friend of the dragon. Dragons love me.
I am Linnathon.
Linnathon? That is a beautiful or a very masculine name.
What master do you serve?
Oh, let me write down your name real quick.
It's Lenithon. Lennathon.
Oh, Linnathon, good to meet you. I don't know many blue dragons, but I hail from the Grasmees of the world down in the bayou.
I am not familiar with this name.
Oh, you're not? Oh, she's a real cool guy. I mean, she's a real cool person. Yeah, she's kind of like king of our swamp. You know, she guides us, and we give her stuff, and we got a good little working relationship together. And the folks downstairs, they poop in their pants, and
So, you recognize the greatness of dragons.
well, yeah. I mean, you see this egg on my back? That's gonna be my own little dragon one day. We're gonna grow up together. We're gonna do some cool stuff one day, like another level. So,
And he kind of looks as you point to the egg on your back. It's not a large egg.
No, not really.
he's gonna be my best friend. I was thinking,
Did you steal that egg?
hell no. This was gifted to me. In my lineage, we are dragon keepers.
In my culture, it is a great crime to steal eggs from dragons.
Well, it's a good thing I told you that it wasn't stolen. It was gifted to me by Grasmees herself.
You kind of see like bits of electricity start sparking on the edges of his mouth.
I feel like you'd see the electricity, the black electricity in the egg kind of do the same a little bit every back and forth.
No, man, it was given to me. This is in my lineage. Like I said, we're protectors. We work with the dragon, and we has a bunch of little dragons as well.
So, servant, what is it that you want? Looking for a new master?
Oh no, I mean, you're a cool person and all, but my allegiance is already taken. What would it look like to my character if I'm just flipping and flopping around? What I was thinking, what are you doing here? I mean, you look kind of bored. You look like this is a little bit below you. I mean, what's up?
Yeah, you're right.
So, what you doing here? Boulder's Gate's just a flap away that way.
I
They
have no
got the-
desire to be here.
So what you doing? You're did some
Fulfilling a favor.
a favor.
Yes.
Who is it that is so mighty and wise that gets the favor of one of our great gods?
It's complicated.
You didn't want to do this favor, did you?
Not really, no.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. See, you wouldn't see my folk. I'm Bullywog if you didn't know no experience with us. We wouldn't ask favors to dragons like that. I'm concerned for you. I mean, I've never seen a dragon so sad. I mean, that's why I'm coming up here. I'm trying to feel you out, see what you're doing.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm going to use one of the guidances. I don't know that my persuasion's good.
I think Crispin's down at the bottom and like looking up to see if he's still there and be like, he's still alive.
Give him like the play-by-play from half the stairs up.
Yeah, I can't hear what's going on, but I'm like, he's still alive.
Oh,
I'm reading the
that
stars,
is
trying to
very
figure
bad.
Out, is he gonna survive this?
I rolled a 2, but I
Oh,
rolled a
no.
4 on the guidance, so there's that. So that is a total of 6. Unless this is a sleight of hand check, and then it would be more than that.
He does not seem moved by your speech, not immediately. It's like he contemplated it for a second.
I can see you're contemplating what I'm saying, so I'm going to just keep going until it kind of sticks a little bit. I'm a little bit of a talker, as you may see or hear. Yeah, man. So what's the goal here? I mean, you're not... This isn't enough treasure for a dragon, even for a favor for a dragon. What are they... How could you be in debt to owe some lesser being a favor?
As I said, it's complicated.
Well, I ain't going nowhere. Looks like y'all ain't either. You can tell me I'm a friend.
I just met you,
Yeah, but how many people?
and I only like you slightly more than I like those peasants beneath me.
That sounds like a lot, though. Because you didn't kill me.
You're still alive.
I'm still alive. You didn't walk over me like you did all those little...
It's interesting. You're a frog.
we prefer bullywog, but yeah. Not to disrespect or anything, but just so you know, so you don't sound like a fool later on when you're talking about us.
I feel that frogs normally would not worship my kind, which means that you're wise.
Yeah, thank you. And as wise man, I'm just trying to have a wise conversation with you.
So wise, man.
Yeah, Otis.
Give me one reason why I should not tear this tower down and kill all of you. You do realize that they are aware of your presence.
Who's they?
They. Word has gotten back that they have seen your exploits at the temple.
Oh, yeah. Well, those guys were, they just picking on people. That's not cool. So, you want me to give you a reason why you don't kill everyone?
More specifically, why I don't just kill you.
Well, you haven't killed me yet. We're having conversation. What would it really accomplish? I mean,
Satisfaction.
I don't think it would. I think you'd be sad. I mean, you haven't killed me yet, right? What is killing one worshiping, loyal bullywug gonna do for your ego? I feel like you're gonna have a nightmare about it tonight if you do.
I doubt
mean,
that.
I don't
He
know.
kind of chuckles.
I don't know. I think you will. You're gonna roll over one time and you're gonna go, man, I shouldn't have taken out Otis like that. He was good people. He was trying to be good to the cause. Dragon supporting. Like you said, very wise species. And how can I reproduce more of us to worship dragons if I'm dead? I ain't got no children yet. But we give birth in like lots of tadpoles. There's like a lot. A lot.
So you wish me to leave. And
Well-
leave this town alone.
I mean,
What's in it for me?
I would prefer it for you, especially because
My favor has already really been fulfilled.
yeah. So what
So
you,
I could leave, but now I'm just kind of having fun.
it doesn't look like it. I mean, it
So
still looks
what's
like
in it
you're
for
bored.
me?
Having fun somewheres else. That's worth a while, worth a damn. Getting some gold.
I can't spend that.
You can't spend having fun.
How about a different proposal?
Okay.
I'll leave.
Okay.
I'll make it look really convincing that you frightened me off.
Well, I don't
You
want
can fire that big boomstick and be the big hero. I could care less. We both know.
between
We'll know.
between you and me though, they're gonna make a statue out of me for talking to you, because they say that like I'm kind of the hero of their hearts right now, which is kind of funny because I'm a bullywug, right? Anyway,
You serve a master already.
yep.
You would owe me a favor.
Oh, what kind of favor? Like help you move couch favor?
Not sure yet. You seem to appreciate my kind
Oh yeah, sure.
and would be more willing to go out of your way to appease one of us.
You
And
haven't
I may need a favor someday.
like helping you get out of giving other favors that are below you. Because if you want me, you see my big boomstick, I could shoot that lady right in the face.
I may need something escorted or someone killed.
Yeah, I could do that.
I don't know. Maybe it'll just be come to my cave and clean up my shit.
Like literal shit, or like is it like you make
Everyone
mess?
shits.
They do. I wouldn't shit in your own cave though. Like that's kind of nasty, and then you got to smell it. And then like after a hot day out
You
there,
talk a lot.
I know. That's why they sent me
Are
up
you
here.
nervous?
I'm,
You seem nervous.
I'm shaking a little bit.
And you start to see like more like electricity kind of like pouring out of his nose. Little sparks.
Normally when I
Like
talk,
one of those like little plasma balls.
normally people don't stick around when I talk that much. I've never gotten to this point in the conversation before.
I'm only picking up every other word.
Yeah, that's fine.
Kind of hurting my head. But I like your spirit.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I can know you.
So
a
I guess
favor.
that's the options.
So-
I kill you,
Okay.
knock this tower over,
Okay.
killing everyone inside.
Okay.
That would definitely be fun.
Probably not, but
Or-
that's option A.
You owe me a favor.
And the favor could include killing someone or helping you move a couch or cleaning up poop?
It could be a lot of things. Those were just examples.
Okay. Well, I think we can do that. Sounds good.
Don't worry, I wouldn't make you go outside the realm of your master
Okay.
and upset.
Y'all should meet someday, though. I can't believe you haven't met her. She's awesome.
We don't all know each other.
I mean, I just think
Only those that have done great deeds.
I mean, she's great deed kind of person. Dragon. But I can see you are too. So like two great, awesome people should meet. That's all I'm saying.
So, do we have a deal?
Yep. And I'll hold out my hand.
And he tries to edge up to you and let you kind of touch the edge of his nose as much as he can get.
Oh, just a little bit.
And when you touch it, you feel like almost like a static shock.
Okay. Ow! Oh shit! All right. Yeah, that'll do.
Very well.
Now, how you gonna get a hold of me? If you need something.
Your name is Otis. I have your scent now.
Oh, okay.
And if you're friends with a dragon, I have many friends. Sure, it won't be hard to track you down.
Yeah.
Assuming you live long enough.
Mm-hmm. And you know, my dragon, she pretty popular. I'm surprised you don't know her. So you probably know people that know her.
I'll be looking her up.
She cool. All right. Well, if you need me, you know, holler. And do the thing where it looked like I scared you. It'll look good for the statue. You know, the more respect I get from the people, the more pull I can have in a favor.
Just fire a shot.
All right.
You're a good shot, yes?
Oh, I'm the best shot.
Just graze one over my wing or something.
All right. Now,
Make it look convincing.
I
Maybe
got you.
shout at me a little.
okay. All right. On 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go.
And another thing. All of a sudden, you guys have no context in what's going on. All you see is Otis pull out his gun, and he immediately fires a shot down at this dragon. As the dragon raises its voice at him, and it just goes thundering and booming. As sparks of electricity start coming out of the dragon's mouth on the side, and he fires this shot down, and you hear the dragon rear back in pain, like, ah! And he flaps his wings, and he immediately flies away.
So walking down the stairs, Otis is gonna kind of give that walk like Woody does when he kicks open that box, and he's like, "Hey, hey, hey!" And just like just soaking it up, walking down the stairs and going for the applause. Oh, thank you.
He's high-fiving people on the way down. Like, thank you. And that's when he invented the high five. True story.
True story. Brodus.
Oh.
Yes, Brodus.
So good.
Oh my God.
I'm so sad you didn't name your character that.
There's still time.
There's still time.
You would totally tell me if somebody
Sir
could've
Brodus.
stabbed me in the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so the dragon has fled. You hear a little bit of shouting coming from the camp outside. They're not exactly sure what's going on. You can't make out everything that's being said. But you definitely hear a female's voice louder than the rest. You can't still make out what she's saying, but she seems pissed.
Who seems pissed? I'm sorry.
You hear a female voice a little bit louder than the rest out in the camp in the encampment.
The bad guy camp.
And she shouts something which you can't quite make out. She's too far away, but she definitely sounded pissed.
Is there any windows, or maybe we go to the top and look out, see if the crowd's still out there, the campfires, see if we can make out what she's yelling from maybe on top?
You can definitely look out and make a perception check to see if you notice her. She is wearing purple.
Okay.
If she's still out in that area.
Anyone or just him?
Anyone that wants to climb the tower and go look for her.
So we
do
can
that.
hear her through the walls.
You could hear her say something. You heard her voice. It was
Yeah.
very loud.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't have gone to the top.
You're not sure. You almost feel like she used magic to enhance her voice. Any of you who have ever heard or seen the spell Thaumaturgy cast feel that she might have used that spell. Because it was very loud.
I'm gonna head to the top where he's at just to see if after hearing her yell, see if the camps are dispersing or what's
Still
going
there.
on out there. They're still out there.
They're kind of gathering everything up into like carts, and it looks like hand-drawn wagons. Some of them are wagons that are being pulled by those the little tiny, well, not tiny, they're about the size of dogs. They're pairing them up, like maybe 4 or 5 at a time to stretch these wagons on, and we good?
Yeah.
Okay. You just look concerned. I was like, what happened?
I'll figure it out.
What happened, bro?
It just says the line ended up.
You broke it.
I broke it.
He broke it. No.
He broke the TikTok.
Okay, so, yeah.
Yep.
They don't really look like they're dispersing. They look like they're more like gathering. They're starting to come more like gather towards the middle.
Can we get a roundabout guesstimation of what the numbers look like?
At least a couple hundred.
I'm gonna run back downstairs to Edel Escabert. You said there was things in play if we got rid of the dragon. What's in play out there that's going to help us get out of here?
I don't understand the question. We have a better shot without a dragon running around. The dragon seems to take glee in destruction.
Well, do you have the manpower where we can go through with this, or are we spending the night here in the keep?
It looks like they might be gathering to leave, especially since their dragon has left.
Yeah, you welcome. No need for
By
thanks.
the way, very good job.
Now, when you make the statue of me, I like bronze.
We'll see what's in the budget.
What? I mean,
Maybe silver.
Oh yeah, silver. Well, I know y'all just got robbed though, so bronze is okay.
That's true. But
Yep.
we still keep our crop.
Yep. Yep. Dragon going.
It's going to be a scarecrow.
I think our best bet at this point, since their main source of destruction is gone, and it seems as though most of the villagers have either found some place to hide and are holed up in safety, and it does look as though some of them are getting ready to disperse, loading up their wagons. It might be better to just wait it out, for now. If they do anything to cause much more major destruction, we could retaliate, potentially easier without a dragon.
Yeah.
We are already outnumbered. At least, most of these people have no sense of military training. They are mostly farmers and just average villagers. My militia is not very big. We are not used to a full-scale invasion. I would think towns and villages would not be prepared for that.
So you think we should like go out there though and flex on them or something? Be like, yeah, get out of here, jerks.
That might be the way to the quickest death.
Maybe. Well, so was apparently speaking to a dragon, but
I guess if you want that statue, go on ahead.
well, I already got the statue. I don't need a second statue. I want them to think I got a twin or something. You know?
I think in the meantime, tend to the wounded and maybe rest as much as you can. Gather your strength. It's been a long night.
Yeah, I think Crispin's going to
You have all been very helpful.
tend to the wounded, any that would gather to pray, and then probably go lay a bedroll down and try to sleep.
Okay.
I'd want to go to the cultist now that the most immediate threat has been.
She's gonna start breaking his fingers. I knew it.
This little piggy went to market. Snap. This little piggy.
My social security number is. Just stop breaking my fingers.
The most gruesome character.
Okay. You are able to go to the cultist who it's not really been left unattended, but doesn't really seem to have an easy way to escape.
Okay. I'm gonna go over.
Still
to him,
tied up, sitting on the floor.
Sort of crouched down, a little farther away from him. You said we were all going to die.
He kind of looks up at you, uninterested.
Did you mean the town?
I meant the world.
I see. That's all I needed. Thanks. And I turn and walk away. I'll probably go up to help Crispin heal. I'm not really a healer, but I'm not terrible at it either. So I'll assist you.
Okay. So you guys are using basic medical kits to just kind of bandage up some of the wounded. Most of the objectives that they had presented you with seemed that other smaller groups or some of the militia have done. So they were able to basically save the mill from being burned down and save the crop. And they've done a few of the other tasks that when you guys were presented with several tasks to potentially do. But you guys were able to not only open up the tunnel, but save the chapel and also get the prisoners. So you guys have actually done quite a bit of good here. And you guys have, I think, more questions, but at least you got a few answers as to why they were even here and what they were doing. And it does seem like they kind of don't really care if they kill everybody here. That's not their goal. They definitely have the numbers that it wouldn't have been very hard for them. Plus, they had a dragon. And that didn't seem to be their intent. The dragon could have easily torn down every building in this village and killed everyone, probably by itself. So the dragon, you're pretty sure, was just as an intimidation piece to kind of keep any rebellious adventurers or potential heroes from halting their attempts at stealing. Another hour or so passes. We're getting closer to around the 4 o'clock in the morning mark. You know the sun will be coming up soon. You kind of look out, just assess what's going on. And some of the fires are kind of smoldering out on the further outskirts. They didn't seem to really do a lot of damage. These buildings are not made from like wicker and straw and stuff. They mostly set fires outside. I think it was more, again, a show of intimidation than to actually destroy the village. It got several people to get out of their homes, but the buildings themselves, other than some minor maybe scorch marks on the side or whatever, they're mostly intact. The village looks like it could recover from this, at least structurally. The dragon didn't really seem to do any long-term damage. The casualties seem pretty low overall, but there definitely were some. They don't have numbers yet. They haven't been able to go out and kind of assess anyone that may have gotten killed in the initial struggle. But around this 4 o'clock hour, near the front door of the keep, which has been barred pretty much since this whole order started, there is a sort of like rumbling, sort of growling noise coming from the other side of the gate. Cowards! All of you, hiding in your keep. Is not one of you worthy to defend this town?
Hey, shut up. We're trying to sleep.
Bring me a champion.
Who are you?
You kind of look out you pull a little bar, and you see that there's a little band of slightly more armored kobolds, about 6 of them, and one of them is got like wings, sort of like flying above the ground. They look a little bit bigger than an average kobold, but not much. They look a little bit better fed and a little bit more physically fit. They don't seem to be nearly as like scrawny as a lot of the other kobolds that you've seen. These look like soldiers, not just random kobolds. They look like personal guard. They're all wearing like matching armor. And at the head of them, you see a large... describe this the best that I can. From the darkness, you see a creature that kind of strides into the dim light. You see dying fires around the keep. It flickers off of the scales of this creature. Although it's shaped roughly like a human, it's at least 7 feet tall. Its skin is covered in blue scales. Its fingers bear wicked claws, and its face has the muzzle and reptilian eyes of a dragon. The creature stops about 80 yards from the main gate of the keep and continues to kind of scan the walls all around with his eyes. There's a line of kobolds around him that fan out. They have spears and they prod at 4 human prisoners that they bring into the light. You can make out a woman, a teenage boy soaked in blood, and 2 other children. Then the half-dragon creature hails the keep again. Defenders of Greenest, we have had a successful night. And before I part, I'm feeling quite generous. So I offer the same chance once again to spare these disgusting humans. We have no need for them, and they are useless to us, and their lives mean nothing. So I will trade them back to you. If you send out your best warrior to fight me, and I will give them all to you. It will be a one-on-one contest. No interference from either side. This night has bored me, and no worthy challengers. I long for battle. You don't even have to best me. You just need to face me, and I will let them go. Any interference, and we will kill them. Any interference from my side, and I will kill the interferer myself. You have my word.
I think at this time, Crispin's been laying on his back listening, eyes open, and he starts to push himself up to sluggishly, not sluggishly, but, you know, like, well, somebody's got to do it. And so he pulls out his shield and his mace and starts, like, heading towards the door. But on the way, Otis, I think it's best if you post yourself with your long-range weapons at the top.
I was gonna say, you want me to just shoot him in the face and end the whole thing right now?
Well, we got people out there that need to be saved. If you shoot, they're dead.
Not necessarily. They all get scared and run away. And then you run out there all big and intimidating, chicken at feet, and they run away.
Is that a chance you're willing to take?
Well, what's Escargot doing? Because as soon as I shoot, hit the leader right in the face,
far what?
and he dead.
How far is the
And
guy?
then
About
y'all
80
bust
yards.
out there, surround him, take the prisoners back.
I don't think it'll be that easy.
I don't either.
What's that?
I think we should send someone out, and then the rest of us should get ready to assist.
Okay. So as you guys are all kind of discussing this, what you haven't noticed is that someone already lifted the bar of the door and has already strode out.
The guy that doesn't fight.
Do we look up and see?
It's actually Roberto.
No! Damn it! I'm like, Roberto, get back in here!
You almost said damn it, Bobby.
You actually hear
Damn it, Roberto!
outside, "This is your worthy champion." And then you see Gulk's hand go on Roberto's shoulder. He kind of taps him. He's like, "I got this."
So, by help, did he mean like? So Gulk's already headed out there.
Gulk is already out the gate.
Not running. We're walking. Casual walk.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like
Really
he's
like
he's
Casey.
charging out like roar. He just walks out.
I think as see Gulk head out there, I'm going to. Oh my god! I'm doing this.
This is stressing him out. I can tell.
I'm going to grab the colonel, and I'm gonna basically like just grab him and be like, whisper in his ear, and I'm gonna throw him ahead, and you see like the colonel flies towards Gulk, hits him in the back, but like disappears. Like when it hits the back, it's not feathers, but you just see like the sparkle, and you just see an enchantment go around Gulk, and now he has Shield of Faith on him.
Okay.
I'm gonna post up in a nest with my big gun out in case something goes wrong. Probably look at the people holding the prisoners, and if they start to show like malicious intent, if their guy's losing or something, I'll
drop one of them.
Okay.
And I'll head up there and push Roberto to the back. Be like, "What are you thinking,
You
boy?"
kind of pull him into back.
Yeah,
in
I'm
the
like,
gate.
"Come
Yeah.
on."
He was ready though.
No.
He was ready.
Yeah.
I grab his jab. I'm like, "Do you
You're
want
lucky
me
I'm
to
not
take
that
this
kind
back?"
of DM, and I would have just straight up killed him. but-
You're
Yeah.
grounded.
We're probably both like at the edge of the battlefield, shoving the kid back. Like,
Damn it, NPC dies episode 3.
and that's the only one we liked. He was cool.
you'll get your chance.
Here
kid.
lies
Not
Stab.
today.
We hardly knew you. Okay, so, after you pull Roberto back in, you guys kind of shut the gate back. Not really sure exactly what's going on. You don't want anybody to kind of flood in while this distraction is going on. You see this. I'm going to give you guys the IP thing to the map.
Okay.
You're not going to really need the map. I'm just going to put it up there for a visual, so you because we're not. It's not going to be that complicated of a thing.
For everybody at home.
All right, so I need to go into here. Go to. 1 second while we put the map up for people.
Yeah, just make sure you post it.
All right. Do. Copy. I will put it in our chatty chat channel. All right, there you go.
Excuse me.
And that should be for that. And then, I am going to be displaying an image of what this creature looks like. He is adorned in like purple kind of armor with gold scales, like a gold scaled breastplate along the front, and he's carrying what looks to be a really large, like wicked looking spear.
Ugh.
Okay.
All good.
Okay. Okay. So, this is sort of the scene outside. So, Golk has moved outside. Of course, it won't let me move you for some reason. There we go. And the kobolds, they look to be kind of like stepping back a little bit, letting you and they're not wandering too far back from their master.
Master.
But they are moving back far enough that it doesn't look like they're trying to get involved.
Okay.
And they're kind of keeping the prisoners in the back. I don't have the minis for those, but you'll just have to visualize that theater mine like we used to back in the day.
Ew, gross.
The Mind Palace.
Okay.
Burp, not the.
So, the half dragon kind of is pacing back and forth, and he has this like large spear kind of draped over his shoulders. So, at least you are a big one.
Yeah.
What is your name, champion?
Oh,
Do you not know it's customary for two warriors in an honorable battle to know the other's name?
Yeah, that is fair. To know my name. Because it'll be the last name you say before your eyes close.
I like your spirit. I don't like your odds.
That's fair.
But please, don't hold back. Give me everything you've got.
Okay.
Win or lose. I want this to be memorable.
Okay. Are we doing it fisticuffs? Or are we going?
No, with weapons. It's going to
With
be it's
weapons.
going to be a battle.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Who's gonna die?
We're in danger.
I'll reach down in my right side pouch and just hold up this. It's a nicer leather. I mean, I don't know if there's like different quality of leather, but it's just a nice leather pouch. No bigger than like what you would hold like a few gold coins in. I will untie the string real quick and dust a little bit of ash on my axe and say, looks like I won't keep that promise down. And I will swing my axe. Let's go.
And I will swing my axe. He apparently is willing to let you make the first move. Go ahead and make your first attack roll.
Not bad. 17? Not raging yet. I should have bonus action, right?
A 17 actually hits.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Okay. It's a 6 plus. I never get hit with my axe. 9 damage on the first swing.
Okay. 9 damage. You got it.
I'm dumb. I'll bonus action rage, but I didn't do it beforehand. So,
All right, so you enter into rage,
Yeah.
and you deal the attack damage. He kind of tries to hold up the spear, almost half effort, trying to block your attack with one hand, and you're able to kind of like slice, not necessarily breaking the spear, but you kind of, your weapon deflects off of the blade of the spear as you bring down the full might of your axe for the first time ever in your life, and you kind of your axe hammers right into the chest plate on his armor. You see it kind of dent a little bit, and you see like the smallest little trickle of blood start to come down his chest a little bit. He coughs a little bit on the impact. He goes, again.
the name's Tunyon. Go, Tunyon. Give me a swing again.
He's holding his action.
16.
With this, you go in for a second swing immediately as the rage is now starting to consume you. All the events of the evening, this little kid was willing to go out and face this threat while the entire keep was filled with several villagers who lived here, and this is their town, and they were too cowardice to do it. But you, not wanting to see any more harm befall, and never really wanting to be a violent person, feel that this is your job, this is your task, maybe this is what you were meant to do. Something about it just feels right. It feels like it's in your blood. You're not sure exactly why or how, but it's like this warrior instinct, since you've now been presented with any kind of danger or honor for the first time in your life, has kicked in, and you're like, I can do this. I can do this. And as you go to swing your axe for the second time, he swings his spear hard in your direction, completely parrying the attack, almost knocking the axe back from your hand. And he laughs at you. And with a very quick movement, moves around to your back and kicks you really hard right in the back with an attack roll. That is a 18 to hit. It's considered an unarmed strike.
Did you count the plus two?
He hits you for 3 points of bludgeoning damage, and make a strength saving throw.
21.
You can tell that he's trying to almost like kind of shove you down on the ground, maybe humiliate you a little bit. But you're able to kind of like, you take the hit, it kind of hits you right in the back of your, like ribs and spine area. You cough a little bit as it kind of knocks the wind out of you just for a second, but you immediately turn back. Go ahead and make an attack roll if you want.
Reckless. Or am I allowed to be reckless?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're as long as it's on your sheet. I think you get it at level 2.
Well, I have reckless. I didn't know with the transition.
Nope. He took his turn. It's your turn.
21.
21 hits.
This gives me reckless doesn't give me any additional.
Just advantage.
Just advantage.
Don't forget your rage bonus.
6, 8 plus 3 more, 11 damage.
As you kind of spin around, as he kicks you, hoping to maybe knock you down, you bring the axe around in almost like a swirling whirlwind action with both hands, and you swipe like you're chopping down a tree when you come all the way around. We put every bit of ounce of strength into it. He holds up his arm like he would a shield, and you see the axe slice into the one part of his arm. What would have probably chopped a tree in half seems to have barely penetrated the flesh on his arm, but it does leave a big, probably 3-inch gash. It's hard to get through his scales. His scales are very tough. You see more blood trickling down his arm. And then he looks at you with like this intensity in his eyes. And he says, I hope that wasn't your best. I said, give me your best. He holds his action again.
Okay. No, 16.
Feeling now sort of a little bit frustrated because you feel like you've been giving it your all and you know that this would have probably just cleaved a normal-sized opponent in half. Your confidence is, I wouldn't say waning. You still feel very much like you can win this battle. You feel like you're going to chop him down and eventually he's just going to cave under the might of your swings. And you go to swing again, very wild, very reckless, very untrained, against a moving opponent, which you've never had before. He kind of does this sort of move backwards, arching his back a little bit. And then you see his spear come around on the other side, and he's now going to make a spear strike for the first time against you.
Advantage.
I crit.
Okay. Felt that was good.
Yeah. Don't forget to half it.
Yeah, I got it.
Let's see, that is going to be... it's going to be 20 points of slashing damage.
Holy shit, he did.
Okay.
Now he's going to make his second attack.
How many hit points you got?
21.
A 21 to hit.
Huh?
A 22 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. It's another 10 points of slashing damage as he brings the spear back down on the other side.
Okay.
I can take it.
It's your turn.
Okay. He'll swing again. Reckless. 18.
And 18 hits.
Nice. Max damage. 17.
Another 17 points of damage.
It won't be for lack of not trying.
Okay. Your next swing seems to catch him almost off guard. You bring your swing back in, basically almost in response to his last swing that hits you when he kind of stabs you in the side. It doesn't make a full contact, and it's almost like you purposely dragged your body into it just so you could line up the next shot. And you bring this thing in right into his gut area, and you chop as hard as you can. You feel it sever through the scales and definitely pierce flesh as blood begins to pour down on the front of him. You expect to see his guts just pouring out with that swing, but it doesn't seem to do more than maybe a couple inches. But now the gash is a couple inches deep, but it's wide. And he looks down at you as your axe is now like embedded in him. And he smiles. He smiles at you and goes, "Yes, yes, that's what I wanted. I wanted your best." He's going to breathe lightning at you. You see sparks of electricity begin to begin pouring down from his mouth, and he lets out a bellowous roar of victory as he just blasts you with a cone of electricity. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Ooh, nice. 20.
As you see this attack coming at you, not sure exactly what it is, but assuming it's probably bad, you try to move back completely as far as you can, and you're able to kind of like almost duck down as the attack kind of goes wide, but it still grazes your back, and you take 11 points of lightning damage.
Okay. You will see him as he's dodging and it gets hit in his back. He does fall to the ground. and he is unconscious.
Before the light in your eyes fades out, this half-dragon creature comes up and reaches out his arm before you fall to the ground as you're kind of like fading in and out of consciousness. He says, "You put up a good fight. Not good enough, unfortunately. In the next life, tell them that Lang the Drosa Cyanrath sent you. You are currently at 0 hit points. And he hits you with his greatsword. Crit.
Well, before he does that,
You're unconscious. You're at 0.
it wouldn't matter. I'm an orc, so I actually bounce back up with 1 HP.
Okay,
Before that can happen. So
that's fine.
um,
It's still a crit. It's
I
advantage
get
on the
hit-
swing.
I get hit first
Why?
because as soon as I drop, I would instantly go back to 1 HP.
Okay.
Once per long rest, when you're reduced to 0 HP, you're not killed outright. You can drop to 1 HP instead.
That's fine.
So I would still get 1 more swing. I don't think it's gonna happen, but we shall see. Yeah. So as
He sees the light kind of fade back in your eyes,
Yep.
and you take another final chop. What you feel might be your final chop.
Yeah, that is probably is. I would be stunned if it's not. So I'll take 1 final chop recklessly. Well, I'd have to bonus action rage first. It drops when you go unconscious.
That's fine.
So
You can use your last rage.
that's a crit.
Okay.
Let's go.
Alright. Oh my god, these dice are weighted. Now, okay, hang on. Before I tell you what the damage is,
What's your weapon damage?
1d12?
You roll the 1d12, double it.
Okay.
Just roll whatever your
I
1d12
know.
is.
Well, they both roll really well. It's 12
That's
and
fine.
10, so I'll take the 10.
And then you add your
I'll
modifier.
be fair. Even though I've been rolling the red one. The red one's cheater. So 20, 22 plus 3, 25.
Nice.
It's not going to be enough, but that's fine.
You said 25?
Yes.
Okay. It's 2, 5. Okay. Check something. Okay. You've done more damage to him than I think that I anticipated, but he's not dead.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
He got a crit on his next hit because
Yes.
reckless.
Yes.
And it's going to be another. I rolled bad. I got a 3 and a 1.
No, I'm only at 1.
So it's 8
Yeah.
plus 4 is 12.
Yeah, you got it.
And as you're now, as he's already seen you pop back up once, thinking maybe the cleric might have cast some sort of spell on you that prevented you from dropping to complete and utter unconsciousness, he says, "Good effort, but not good enough." And he runs you through with a sword when you're at 0. So it's another crit. Again, I rolled bad. You take 8 points of damage,
Well,
and you fail 2 death saves.
that's what I was going to say. So I should.
How far away are we?
As he's kind of like pulling your body off of the spear, he kind of like shoves you off, kicks you onto the ground, and leaves you there. He looks back at his little kobolds. "Let them go. We're done here." And they let the humans go.
So I'm sure somebody's yelled out that, Gulk is down.
I mean, you
right?
guys saw it. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah. Are we within?
Well, I thought we closed the door back.
yeah, but you guys have been watching, I'm sure,
Okay.
through a window or something.
I'm gonna pull the door back open and run out to Gulk. Like, come running out and like slide on my knees to him, and cast Spare the Dying on him.
Okay.
I'm gonna run out with him and sort of stand guard, waiting.
Okay. You see that his body is lifeless when you go out and you begin to cast the spell of Spare the Dying. He's lost a massive amount of blood. And you said you're coming out to heal?
I'm coming out to assist in case they continue fighting.
They're leaving.
Okay.
No, they've actually just like turned and left.
Healing.
I have no healing spells.
In that case,
That's why I ran out to do Spare the Dying, because I have no heal spells
Okay.
on me.
healing word.
I gave him shield to kind of help him out there.
So, she casts Healing Word. Go ahead and roll for the hit points back on that. Yeah, you actually did a lot more damage than I was expecting
Oh.
you to do.
You get 4 points back.
If
Sorry.
I would have got the 24 plus the 2 plus the 3, would have killed him 29.
Close. Very close. Way closer than I would have liked.
I almost did Guiding Bolt, but I'm like, nah, it's fine. Don't cheat.
Okay. So the light comes back into your eyes. For the first time in your life, you have faced a living opponent. Something about battle didn't feel as scary or terrible as you thought. And even though you had made a promise to never spill blood with your weapon, it felt right. It felt familiar to you, even though you've never battled before. It was almost as if this warrior's spirit essence just sort of came right through your body and out like electricity.
Oh, some electrical went through you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't understand why it not only felt familiar, but it felt like it was something that you've done 100 times, even though you never have.
It speaks to me. Yeah, no, I mean, just, I would say not really moving, because again, I don't know what's going on. This might be heaven, this might be hell, this might be some spiritual life. I'm just going to reach down to my sides and just make sure the 2 leather pouches are still there. It's the only thing I can
Yeah,
do.
they are.
Okay.
The name resonates in your mind. Now having not only participated in your first battle, but experienced your first defeat. You know in your mind that you're going to take the experience from this and learn and grow from it and become a better fighter. Plus, you don't like that this guy killed you. You don't like that you lost to this guy.
This fucking guy.
The name was Langdedrosa Cyanrath. Langdedrosa.
Bingo.
His last name is
Got it
Cyanrath.
right.
Cyanwrath.
I just guess. No, I just guess. I know Siren Wrath. Yeah. I write it as best as I can. You don't want to see it.
Can I see yours?
You would think I'm.
Oh, I can't read mine.
You would think I'm dyslexic.
It's
My
there
handwriting's
somewhere.
atrocious.
I just don't know how to spell.
I actually spelled that one right. First one I've ever spelled
You
right.
should really see how I spell it. Lang dash DeRosa. It's the dash.
Jeez.
Told you it was bad.
Over the
Yeah,
next
kidding.
hour or so, the pillagers, marauders, bandits, and cultists
Mm-hmm.
disperse off with their treasures and leave the town just as quickly as they have arrived. It's now roughly 5 in the morning. The sun is beginning to glow on the horizon, but not quite ready to rise. It's been a long night. Is there anything you would like to do before you either leave or try to rest or...
I'm gonna tell my dragon a bedtime story and then go to bed.
Oh, I'm already asleep.
Okay.
Like I'm resting.
Yeah, I think after seeing the Dragonborn and the kobolds leave after we go back inside and try to get some rest for sure this time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So, with imminent danger gone, you all reflect on the events and decide that rest is best. You guys will all get a long rest as you guys all kind of camp out in the tower,
First long rest.
just in case anyone decides to come back and take everybody out.
Bam.
Okay. And at the moment, no. What's up? Okay. She's giving you the vibe that if you don't take her out, you're gonna have a mess to clean up.
Yeah.
I understand.
Real fun.
Be like R. Kelly up there.
Okay.
I'm gonna add an enemy.
Successful run, long rest.
Yeah, you guys get a full long rest. That part is true. Checking something. She seems really excited though. Do you hear her up there?
It's like, I
She's
got
like,
a
"Oh my gosh,
dance.
oh my gosh, I'm ready. I'm ready to go."
I'm prairie dogging it.
Okay.
Totally poking off like a joking donkey.
So, you guys have basically completed the first chapter. You guys gain a level.
Another one?
Nice.
So you guys advance to level 3.
Level 3. Level 3. Ooh.
I'll let you guys do your... I'll give you guys a couple seconds or a couple minutes or whatever, because normally we don't do levels up usually during a session. Not one that's like a big choice, like I'm picking my subclass or whatever. So I know most subclasses kick in here, not all, but...
Dual class bard.
Do it.
While that's happening, yeah, I guess we'll take like a weird break that we're not actually going to leave the camera on while you guys get a chance to do that. So anybody at home watching, they're just like picking their stuff and they leveled up and they're going to get some new hit points and maybe new spells and all that stuff. So
Maybe a new pet.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, you are a ranger.
Mm-hmm.
Everything leveling up feels good though. It
Yeah, it
does.
does.
I feel bad that I can't just like level you guys up every time we play, but then it doesn't feel like you earned it. Yeah, level 3. I know you're like, didn't we just do this? Yeah, because level 1's boring. No one wants to stay at level 1 for 3 sessions. That's terrible. Terrible. Okay.
Is Black Dragon poison?
Yeah, green dragons are acid.
Okay. That's what I thought. Oh, man. Look at this shit.
Okay. So, the sun rises. And with it, a new day. The events of the evening feel as though they took like 3 whole days. But it was only the span of a few hours. The destruction wrought by the raiders, as the last bits of fire smolder out, and the governor and Escobert kind of didn't really approach any of you during the night. Kind of let you tend to your wounded and gather your thoughts.
Yep.
There's still a lot of questions.
I can do that now.
Yep.
Some of which got answered, some of which did not. More importantly, why was all of this happening? And why are all of you in the middle of it? Fiora. During the night, you dream. Not of the terrors of the previous night, the screams of the villagers, and the fires set by these raiding marauders. Something about what the cultists told you about how the world would be destroyed. You're brought back to a vision of the stars. One that brought you on your journey to begin with. You felt that there was a place in the world that you were supposed to be, some power beyond yourself that was calling you to a higher purpose. Not knowing exactly what this purpose was or what you were supposed to do, and only having bits of clues, the stars frustrated you. No clear images, no words, just signs you couldn't read. This night, however, that same array of constellations that had and made no sense to you before, other than something guiding you to this particular spot and your dreams confirming as much. You now see that these 5 separate constellations that you saw were all connected. You weren't able to draw the path between them before, but now the other stars that connect these 5 individual constellations form one image, more of an outline. Some beast or monstrosity. You can't quite place how all these images burn and fit together. But as the stars in the sky in your dream fade out and flicker out, you look and see 10 glowing eyes looking back at you. And then you wake up. You have all survived the night. The village tries to recover from all that is lost. Repairs have begun almost immediately. People mourn the dead. And this new companion that fought side by side with you in the night almost died. Willing to face an unknown enemy. His wounds have healed. Stitched up. They definitely will scar, but the bleeding is stopped through the uses of magic and time. I would say that you feel completely refreshed, but there are remnants of smoke in your lungs and the discomfort of sleeping on the ground. To some of you, this is not a new experience. And to others, it's a brand new experience. You see the villagers that are in the keep, which has now sort of become the central activity hub. Even Governor Nighthill is kind of sitting at a table. It looks like he's trying to, drink a cup of coffee, and he's just kind of holding his head, and you can see that he has just great concern and worry as to what he's supposed to do now, how everyone's going to recover from this. Escobert is more interested in finding any other potential survivors that may be trapped in maybe destroyed buildings or that tried to escape, and really just trying to assess the casualties, carting off the dead, making burial arrangements, things like that. Governor Nighthill kind of sees you all kind of together. You've sort of become someone that he's relied on through the evening. And the village all kind of has relied on you. Not knowing that you were going to step up and, as a cohesive unit, go out and help. Governor Nighthill actually looks at Crispin. And there's like a little bit of a glimmer in his eyes. But you can see that the man is tired. and he kind of gives you a wave, and then he kind of looks at the other people that you're with and kind of like, please come forward. What do you guys do?
Go forward.
Okay. Well, that was a hell of a night.
Yeah, when do you think you're gonna work on that statue?
As soon as we can rebuild some other things, it will be done.
Where do you think like displaying it's gonna be?
Probably in the town square.
Haha. All right. So when it's done, you give me a ring so I can, see it. I don't suppose we'll be around here for the whole construction.
I might be able to find some way to get word to you.
Perfect. Otis with an O.
Otis.
Some people call me Brodus. Either way.
I haven't heard anybody call you that yet.
Well, we was busy last night, but they do.
You were all very capable warriors, adventurers, saviors, heroes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel that we would have survived the night without you.
I'm sure your people would have found a way.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, we did a lot.
I feel like you say the complete opposite of everything I say.
What? I didn't feel that at all. I mean, who else would have scared the dragon away? No one else wanted to.
You got me there.
Roberto was trying to take an axe if Girth didn't step in.
Yeah, I feel Gold saved Roberto's life last night. I pat him on the back and...
Yeah, what happened to no fighting?
That was a magnificent display of skill. I know that he bested you, but he was a very worthy warrior, and you will not be a fight that he soon forgets.
He's also an asshole.
Oh, I agree. That was a dirty shot at the end of you. That after you had already been defeated, that was just unnecessary and rude.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he thinks he's killed me, but we'll meet again. It's okay. I just need to go back to the woods or get a beer.
Why not both?
Probably beer.
Yeah, you look like you need one. Or 5.
Yeah.
First kill's always the worst.
I know that we were able to get some intel, and we know that they are gathering all of this loot for a horde of some type. The one rambled on about the Queen of the Dragons, and then there's this dragon lady, and I feel as though that this is a much bigger thing than just here. This could potentially spread to other towns. They might go to other villages or other cities. Maybe get more people for whatever crazy cause it is that they believe in.
The cultist said that the world was going to die, not just this town.
Oh, the world.
Do you think they would have gone for the bigger cities like Baldur's Gate and Waterdeep and
I'm not
the
sure.
likes of that?
We just don't have enough intel. I know that this would be a terrible ask, and you owe us no loyalty, but it does seem as though this may potentially affect all of us, and you've already been a pretty good thorn in their side. Would you be interested in perhaps tracking down these raiders? Maybe gathering a little intel?
I don't think they should be hard to find. That big group of people, I'm sure they've trampled down.
Oh, I'm sure. Maybe you can find out more information or gather something more greater in their plans, so we could potentially warrant more and more people. This could be devastating, and I don't think that I have anyone that would be quite capable of that. I mean, look, most of our stronger militia put up a fight. The dragon killed them. Escobart's got his hands full here, and the rest of these people are farmers and villagers. You all seem like you're up to the challenge, and I wouldn't ask you to do this for free. Risk life and limb. It's a dangerous and expensive world out there. I'd be willing to pay each of you 250 gold pieces each from my own personal funds. If you could maybe gather any kind of information as to why and what they're doing, and maybe what the greater plan is. Just something, some intel. I can't just blow the alarm and warn the bigger cities like Baldur's Gate and Waterdeep and say with nothing. I have no proof other than they came in and stole some stuff.
You think they built a statue of me in other towns? If we save them?
Possibly.
Get enough money, you can build your own statue.
Yeah, but it means more if they do it for me.
Even if we
what I'm saying?
can't find out exactly why, maybe you can find out the motivations behind their attacks, or maybe find out if they're planning other attacks. Maybe what they're planning on doing next. Any information would be useful.
Now, the cultists, all they took was loot, right? They didn't take like food and stuff like that, did they? Or wares? They just took like gold, anything of value, right?
Yeah, anything that had any like monetary value.
Okay. Come back to that. You know what? I think I've seen my time on the caravan run its term. I will let the man in charge of the caravan that have gathered my father's wares and tell him that I'm departing for another interest. I think the gods have led me here for a reason.
He nods.
If you don't mind, I'd like to trade my 250 gold pieces. Anytime I come to this town, whether it's a painting or some kind, I want it hung up in your bar, and I want free beer every time I come there.
That can be arranged.
And we don't ever want to pay taxes again.
I don't speak for them.
I can't guarantee no taxes in the realm.
But free beer.
But definitely all the drinks you could ever drink on the house.
Well,
And the 250 gold.
no gold.
If this is...
Give it to them.
You might have traveling expenses. You might need to buy supplies.
I'll let the woods.
Plus,
guys
it's life and limb. You almost died last night.
They do sell beer in other towns, and you're gonna have to pay for them.
You guys will get.
You can take the money, and if you don't want it, give it to your companions. It's still your cut.
All right.
Give it to charity for all I care. I would feel better and rest better at night knowing that I paid you a fair wage.
Last time I gave money to charity, she gave me the clap. I had to say it. I'm sorry.
It's real Barney Stinson of you.
I had to, but no, they can keep my gold pieces. Us tree folk don't really need it.
I did get lesser restoration, so we can cure that.
I'll try to keep the ED out. Of this.
Any basic supplies that you might need for this journey, I'll be happy to supply them from what we can scrounge left. Does this seem agreeable?
Sure.
I've got my own people to protect. Might as well join in.
I will let you guys figure out traveling supplies because I don't know what to get.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go to the bar and take advantage of my beer.
I'm going to. I might have a source. We might need a wagon, and I might get one from the caravan with a couple items from there from my family's food pantries.
Talking about the herbs and spices again?
Herbs, spices, maybe some pickled meats.
Chicken.
Oh.
So you guys are kind of like talking over some things that you might need.
Mm-hmm.
I need a bunch of iron.
I'm not sure what we have left, but I could probably spare some.
Okay. Like broken swords, too. It doesn't have to be in one piece. I gotta mold them down.
Very well. So you need some iron.
Yep.
You're asking for a wagon. That can be arranged.
I figure I'm gonna go talk to the caravan, and I'm gonna get one of the smaller wagons. Maybe get a barrel of pickled beef,
Okay.
and a couple crates of chickens from Dad's farm, and the copper cast iron copper skillets that he makes,
While you're over there,
and
can,
some
you,
lard to help.
can you get one of them jugs that I had on the caravan?
Yeah, I get you a couple of them. I'll take care of it.
Sounds good.
The elixir.
These might
Yeah.
help. These were donated from what wasn't taken. And he pulls out 2 small, like square-shaped bottles that have like a reddish sort of. It's not bright red. It's kind of like a dull red, almost kind of looks like wine. And he hands these to you. These are potions of healing. He gives you 2 potions of healing. This is all that was left from what we had. We'll have to see if we can maybe get some of our medicine makers to make more. But these are yours to take for the journey. You may need them.
I'm already walking to the bar. Just letting you guys know. I ain't here.
Well, I feel like Fig needs one.
Well, you guys are
Dragon.
kind of like
Gulk.
agreeing to the terms and maybe thinking of some things that you need, kind of talking amongst yourselves. You see a young man walks up to you. He's limping heavily on a bandaged left leg. His clothes kind of imply that he might be someone that comes from a monastery. He has like some calluses on his hands. He looks like a fighter of some type, maybe a monk. I hear that you intend to follow the raiders and see where they've gone. I'd like nothing better than to come with you, but in this condition, I'd slow you down and put you all in danger. In the midst of all this tragedy, there's no reason you would have heard about the fate of my master, Leusen Erlanthar. But it's important you know. He is a monk from Burdusk. He disappeared last night after we fought a particularly savage battle against raiders. A few others and I fought our way to the keep, barely. Leusen didn't make it at all. We went back in the morning to look for him, but all we found was his broken staff and this choker, which he always wore.
He must be Daddy.
Leeson?
Leusen. If they have taken him prisoner or otherwise, if you could maybe just let me know. It would mean a lot.
What's so special about him that they'd take him?
Leusen has been investigating these raiders for months. I fear that he might have tried to infiltrate their group when they retreated or worse. Maybe he was captured. Maybe he was killed. I don't know. No one understands these bandits better than he does. And his knowledge will be invaluable against them. When you find their camp, if you find their camp, please look for any sign that he's there. One of my brothers has already departed for Burdusk to bring back help, but it will be many days before help arrives. Anything you could do before them would be a godsend.
And what's your name?
My name is Nessun. It's very good to meet all of you.
Well, it's good to meet you as well. We'll keep an eye out for your master. We'll see what we can do.
Okay. I mean, you guys are welcome to ask him any questions if you need to. Any further questions? Your dog is sad. Maybe someone is in the house.
Dun, dun, dun.
There's a lot of people in the house. We're all in the house.
We are in the house. So did your master tell you anything about this cult? Like, if he knows them so well, did he share any of the information? Maybe next targets, what they're looking for? You know, what kind of supplies they're looking for to keep on traveling? Anything?
No, I think his was more of a information seeking. He's always taken great interest in dragon cults.
I see.
We ourselves were returning from Burdusk, returning to our home, Burdusk, from Candlekeep, the library, looking up some information about ancient writings on dragons folklore.
Did y'all stumble across anything about like Queen of the Dragons or something? They was talking about it last night. I'm a pretty dragon familiar person, and I never heard of him. Kind of strange.
Leeson may know more, but I'm not exactly a dragon expert myself. Like I said, Leeson was my master. I am.
Sure.
I'm still pretty. I'm in training.
Okay. So,
Capable, but there's just so many that you can take on before being overwhelmed.
it makes sense. So you think if we go to the library, it's just not going to pan out anything for Queen of Dragons?
I think that it would be more vital to catch up with the raiders before you lose them.
Oh yeah, that too.
As far as Queen of Dragons, I can maybe get the word out to maybe some of the other monks. Maybe they know a little bit more about it.
Yeah. Apparently, that's the big goal. Releasing this Queen of Dragons.
Okay. Okay. That sounds terrifying.
I mean, could be cool. But they did say about destroying the world, so probably not.
Yeah, I kind of don't want the world destroyed.
Ambitious.
Very ambitious. Again, if you see anything, thank you.
We got you.
He kind of hobbles off.
Well, Girth is drinking. I need like 2 hours to craft me up some ammunitions. Then I'm ready to go. Any of y'all need to do anything before we leave?
I think in that time I'm going to gather a wagon, maybe some live chickens, load the wagon down with food supplies, and get like maybe an ox or a donkey or something to go with to help pull it. A donkey. Donkey.
A girl dragon.
So,
Did they give us the 250 up front, or we come back for it? Okay.
What big teeth you
But they did agree to give you any like pretty much basic supplies that you feel that you might need
Okay.
for your journey. As far as like they don't know how long you'll be gone, so they're willing to give you provisions and water.
yeah, that's what I was right.
You know, bedrolls, camping supplies, whatever it is that, like basic supplies that you feel that you would need. Tools of any kind.
And from the iron they give me, how many bullets do you think I can craft?
There's a few broken weapons that are about. I would say that given enough time, you'd have to melt them down. You could probably make a couple dozen bullets.
Couple dozen. Okay.
It would take some time though.
Yeah, I'm planning on spending like 2 hours, so however many I can do in 2 hours.
I'll be really honest. I don't know how long it takes to melt iron, so we'll say that you can make, say, 10 bullets in an hour.
10 bullets. So I got
Assuming
20
that you
more
got
bullets.
the appropriate heat and fire and mold. I'm sure you have a homemade mold for these types of shots. Something that you probably you've got. Yeah, I'd say 10 shots in an hour. Given a long rest, you could probably make more.
Would a herbalism kit count as that sort of thing that they'd be willing to give us, or is that a bit too much?
It's a pretty basic piece of equipment. I'd say yeah. I feel like you could get that.
just grab pipeweed on the trip.
Yeah, herbalism kit, no problem.
Okay, and a dagger.
Pipe weed and shot.
Just a
And
boring,
dagger, yep.
boring ass dagger.
Those would be acceptable.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, and whoever gave me their crossbow, I give it back to him.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
I'll take it back. Thank you.
It wasn't mine, but thanks. Anybody have any extra hand axes or pick mine up when I threw them and missed both times?
I have a
You threw 'em?
a sickle.
Yeah, I threw both of them. I didn't pick them up because I was running with the kids.
I'm sure you can walk around and probably find something laying around.
Yeah, just asking for them.
No, they're gone. Gone forever.
They're gone.
They were magical. They crit on 7. They were Scoffbot Jr.
Scoffax.
Okay, so you have gathered up your supplies. You have a task at hand. You have 2 tasks at hand.
So
The
on Reddit
trail-
it says you can make 3 bullets in a minute.
What does?
100 bullets in an hour. 180 bullets in an hour.
On what's that?
Reddit. I'm just trying to give you some.
Oh,
Sounds
possibly.
Like a lot.
I feel like with probably the appropriate tools and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
So you probably may not even depend on what you if you have that readily available. And all that.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing
I'd
shit
say
out
I'd say
there.
10. I think 10's reasonable.
Once you
considering-
gather all the shit, 2 hours, gather it up, try
Yep.
to get.
That's cool.
Okay.
And I'll see if I can throw extra iron on the cart for making later.
There's a few in the blacksmith shop. That they just give you a couple bars of iron.
Cool. Cool. So hopefully that'll. Can I just say that I plan to do that every night?
Okay.
Cool.
How do you go to sleep making bullets?
Yeah, I'd say
Make
that's not
bullets go
a
bad.
super strenuous task.
Cool.
Probably
Ca-
something you can
carve
kind of
people's
like
initials
sit
in it.
away from as kind of
John Wick.
you pour it in the mold. and- yeah.
Very.
But since you don't have like the big setup for it, you're kind of
Right.
doing it over a fire and you're kind of like dumping it
it's very patriot.
probably a couple at a time. So that's why I'm like it would take you a little longer.
Yeah.
Like
that's cool.
realistically, if you had like the appropriate tools like a workbench and a kiln and or not a kiln, a forge. Yeah, you'd be able to get the hot fire out a lot hotter, probably a lot quicker, and you'd be able to have like a much larger mold to make several bullets at once. But
Stop by
maybe
the
someday,
blacksmith.
maybe someday when new 5th edition books come out and you guys are able to get bastions, maybe that's a thing. Why not? They're gonna let you guys make healing potions. So.
Yeah. Why not?
Okay, so, that is too dark and ominous for the next part. That's a little like too much for me.
Looking-
So,
Looking for more Shire music for this adventure. Going on an adventure.
okay. You settled on the path. That is a little bit too.
Yeah, I feel like I'm about to like.
That is
I
not.
feel like the
That's-
elves are about to come out and like save me. Over
Yeah,
here.
that is not good either.
Stay alive. You can do
Let's try this one. Okay, let's try one more. Nope, that's bad too. There we go. That's fine.
In the arms of-
There we go. That's kind of like calm and a little mysterious, a little less spooky. You guys are able to find the path that the raiders left. It's very visible. They're not even trying to conceal their tracks. You know exactly what direction that they headed off in, and I believe it's to the south of Greenest. Let me double check that.
South to where?
They're heading south from Greenest.
Okay.
Again, let me double check to make sure that I am not telling you inaccurate information. But we're gonna say south.
Do they bring it dark with them?
Okay. Sort of southwest. They're not really following the main trails and like the main roads. They're kind of just trampling along through the less heavily foliaged areas. They are not trying to travel on the road. You're not sure exactly how long this trail is going to go or where it is that they're going, but you know at some point they're probably going to have to stop and rest.
Do we know generally what's in this direction from Greenest?
I would say that
So I feel like we.
you guys have like made. I know that you two have particularly made like treks back and forth.
Yeah, we caravan around. a lot.
I would say yeah, you guys know and have a general idea of what's in here. Let me pull up a map of.
Did we put a map in Discord or did we not?
I might have. Here's the Sword Coast. I'll pop that up for you guys. representing Sword Coast. Done. Okay, so you guys are here, and you are heading sort of, I would say, southwest, almost like parallel to the road, but not exactly going straight from the road. And you know that there's like mountains and stuff to the far south. And there's no other like real towns nearby, not in the direction that they're heading. It's just wilderness. Not like
Okay.
heavy woods or anything. Sort of like fields, like plains, so to speak. You know, like flat, semi-flat land. Kind of boring.
Gareth, what do your ogre eyes see?
Gulk is just sitting in the cart, absolutely obliterated drunk. Crying and everything. You can just see him like head down, just hands just, and you hear like him just kind of giving the sniffles, like he's trying to hold back tears.
Hey, what's the matter, man? You got poop or something?
No. I lied.
Oh, well, you know, it happens.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. What'd you lie about?
The woods,
You lied about the woods?
my parents.
You talking about you being half human, half elf? That lie?
I am half human, half elf. What do you mean?
But
The
You're-
girthiest looking elf I ever seen.
you're an orc.
That's not what half humans, half elves look like.
Not from what I've seen. I've seen half orcs before. Unless he's a quarter half, I really don't know what I'm looking. But
You know, it's a rough time. My parents are dead. I told you guys I had to go back to them, but they're dead. They're in my pocket.
have you ever met
What?
your parents?
In your pocket? How
Yeah.
tiny were they? And you're so big?
Yeah, they're ash. I cremated them.
Oh, so you have met them.
Yeah,
Burned them.
Are you sure you burned the right people?
pretty sure. I grew up with my mom and my dad.
Were you adopted?
What's adopted?
I'm gonna go with yes.
Well, you did say your mama and your daddy. Human and elf, correct?
Yeah.
How far have you ventured out of the woods in the past 17 years of your life?
Just in the small towns to get beer. That's it.
In that time, did you ever run into any of these orcs that were half elf and half human?
I can say I've never seen anybody like me, but most of the time I can't see straight like now. And you'll just hear this like trickling noise.
He's him pissing himself, right?
Yeah.
I feel like you need to go sit on the cart.
Or like sit on the back.
Yeah, and please do not piss on the food.
What are you trying to get at?
I'm trying to. Nobody likes piss on their food.
I'm talking about my mom and dad.
I'm not.
It's rough right
You
now.
can call your mom and dad whatever you want.
What are you implying?
I'm implying that you are an orc that were maybe raised by an elf and a human, which there's nothing wrong with that at all.
But I have the pointy ears like my mom. And I cut trees like my dad.
You know what? I stand corrected. You have made me a believer that you are half elf and half human with a touch of orc. Maybe somewhere down their line, your great-great-granddaddy was an orc, and you just happen to take that full
Yeah.
on look.
It like skips 3 generations.
Yeah, it skipped a couple
sometimes.
generations.
Yeah.
That happens a lot, at least in my family. Not with orcs, but
It skips 3 generations.
Yeah, I'm an Aasimar. The rest of my family are human.
Oh, that's well. I'm Bullywug, and
What?
everyone I know is Bullywug, except for the dragon.
Yeah, I've seen frogs before, but I've never seen a bullywug. You're very interesting.
Oh, thanks. Is it because I talk, or is it my mohawk?
Both.
Cool.
You're a very colorful character.
Oh, thank you.
I was going to
quite
say
a personality.
self-centered, but
Self-centered. I just saved the whole town. I got the dragon to go away.
I have one question.
all and your motivation, Otis, was a statue, not to help anybody firsthand.
To be fair, I also wanted to go to sleep. And if the dragon left, everyone would quiet down. I go to sleep.
I do have one question. Do you get abilities from your parents?
Do I?
Because I look.
I can
nothing
fry
like
mean chicken from Mama, so that's what she taught me.
Because I look nothing like my dad. Now that you say something.
Well, he still could have taught you things.
It's
Yeah,
what
like-
yes, it's what he passed on to you.
And sometimes, like, tradition of family, like my family, we all, like, the dragon holders. They call us Drake Wardens. That's, like, kind of passed down through the families. My dad looked just like me, though. He doesn't look like an ogre or an elf or a human, but he's got gray hair. Gray mohawk.
I look like my parents, except for the white hair and green eyes.
I can star see like my father's line.
So how come I don't look like both my parents?
Well, because it skips a generation.
Or 3.
You know.
I can't lie to you anymore. You're an orc, and I think you were adopted and taken care of. They might not have been your real parents. They're your parents, but they're not your
Birth.
Blood
birth parents, your blood parents.
And why do I look like my mom?
She might have been your blood mother.
You know, more people.
Or
have
maybe
pointy
so you're
ears.
half orc.
Nope, I'm full orc.
I need to go pray on this. You're making my head hurt. So you just said your mom is what, human or elf?
She's an elf.
And you look like her just because of the pointy ears. That's all we're going off of, right?
Pointy ears, my eyes. She
Ti-
gave me this headband, but that's it.
Your eyes.
Is she green?
Did she have eyes? That why you said you
No, we have the same color eyes.
brown? That's very common.
Yeah.
And pointy ears between.
Well, I look nothing like my dad. My dad had white, fair skin. I have green skin.
Mm-hmm.
What'd your milkman look like?
What did your mom have green skin?
No, she had like a tannish.
Okay. And God,
I don't even know what to say anymore.
I don't either.
We've
but
done a full 360 here.
Well, blood isn't everything.
That's something we'll just have to look into further.
Okay.
I heard there's this place in Boulder's Gate, 23andMe. We can stop by there. There's a mage there that he deals in genetics.
Okay. We'll get back to it.
His name's Dr. Phil.
Oh, good. You're gonna take me to the ranch.
There now has to be a mage in Dr. Phil.
No, there doesn't. There doesn't have to be.
Nope. Could have got it wrong.
His name's Dr. Will.
Dr.
Dr.
Will.
Will.
Yeah, Dr. Will.
He's got everything facial hair wise but a mustache.
Dr. Will.
Why
Will.
are you saying it that way?
WHIL.
Yeah.
Will.
Okay, so you guys are kind of.
Whip.
You notice that your Vulpine friend is very quiet. Not. He doesn't seem like he's had a lot of interaction with people. But he did agree to go along. He's kind of sitting in the back of the wagon, just kind of observing. As far as the rest of you,
I think I make comments. I'd rather you not sit so close to the chickens till mealtime. And I think the colonel's around. I let the colonel like walk along so he can scratch and all that, and everyone like if he gets near like
I can't help it. I just keep picturing Hey Hey. I really can't. I know that that's not what your chicken is, but
That is amazing.
I just keep picturing
Yeah,
Hey.
it is Hey Hey now.
I know the Colonel is regal and he's amazing. I just keep picturing Hey Hey
From the Moana?
from Moana.
Yeah. I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah.
That
I
is
think
not
I
canon,
think I've
folks
already
at home.
posted it before in there.
The Colonel is a very regal, majestic chicken. He is godly,
Maybe I didn't.
And he is Hey Hey.
and he is handsome.
But I think every time he like drifts towards man, always
It's just
forgets
kind of the
his
whole
name.
dynamic between him and Fig.
Yeah, Fig. Every time
Like
he
Fig's like, "Oh, you brought a snack."
yeah,
I'm ready for snack time.
every time he's scratching around, he looks up, sees Fig, and is like, just walks away, or just like, and when he walks away, he just scratches away, like kicks dirt towards him and moves on the other side.
You guys follow this trail that they've taken for about, you guess, about 12 miles. It breaks out into a more rugged region where there are steep-sided rocky plateaus that replace the gentle rolling hills. The land between the plateau is largely flat, broken only by some outcroppings and wandering streams in steep gullies. The plateaus jut 50 to 100 feet above their
down this way,
surroundings and are difficult to climb. Look like they would be
Yeah.
very difficult to climb. Except for maybe where some rocks have fallen to give you some step up. Off in the distance, over one of these like little peaks of rocks, these little outcroppings of rocks. I don't know all of your guys' passive perceptions, so who has the best one?
Probably not me.
Probably either.
Mine is 15.
These are all new characters, and I have not had a chance to really like.
Hey,
study them.
14.
I'm failing as a DM, y'all.
God.
15.
And then I'm 14, and Rob, Fig is 9.
That's what I'm gonna guess that.
Yeah.
All right. I say anybody with a passive perception over 13. Because you guys have mostly been kind of like following the trail. It's been pretty easy to follow at this point. You've had no difficulty seeing exactly which direction they
Plus,
went.
Gulk's pissing himself in the back of the car.
You see like the smallest little bit of that was from Gulk. He has a 12 passive perception. I forgot he can hear. You see that there is a like a little bit of what looks to be maybe like a small campfire, or a cooking fire, or just a very small contained fire, kind of like billowing up over top one of these like little rock outcroppings.
How long have we been traveling for?
I guess it depends on like what pace you guys have been traveling. You guys have made it about 12 miles, so
Okay, I'd say we've gone pretty hastily.
Yeah.
I would say that it's taken you guys at least a couple of hours to go that far. You guys are on a wagon, at least.
What, 12 hours?
12
miles in a couple hours?
Yeah, you guys aren't like running. You guys aren't going as fast as you can. I'd say at least a couple hours. This is,
I mean,
this
that
is
sounds
wagon.
like a pretty damn good pace right there.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I'm saying maybe 2-3 hours. You guys have made it. You guys said you wanted to hurry, but you know, not like full speed ahead.
We had to stop and talk to Gulk about good options.
We had to stop 9 times for
It's
Captain
only like
P-Pants.
that's only like 4 miles an hour. It's not like you guys are. It's not like you guys are killing it.
Shit, I could walk faster than that.
You probably could, but you guys wanted the wagon.
And plus, we have a cart and all that, yeah.
Yep.
Even if it was only 2 hours, it's still only like 6 miles an hour, so
Still pretty good.
pretty good.
Pretty good.
Okay. So for the sake of simplicity, we'll say it's been about 2 hours.
Cool.
You guys have been trying to go at a pretty good pace. So what do you want to do? Like it's clearly in the direction that you were heading.
What time of day is this?
You guys probably left, I would say, early-ish in the morning, maybe 8, maybe 9. So it's probably 11.
It was 5 when we went to sleep, though.
Yeah.
And then you guys did the full rest, so you would have woke up
Like 3.
about 3 in the afternoon. So it's probably about 5 in the afternoon. You guys would have left not long after you got up.
Okay. 5.
You're right. I forgot about the long rest.
So this would be like an evening. They're settling down for campfire. before probably getting set up for camp before it gets dark.
You think that one little fire's enough for that entire cult?
I wouldn't say so, but
Maybe we could ask Fig to sneak up and see who's there. If it's stragglers from the cult or.
Yeah, I mean, could be anyone. I mean, who knows?
so we'll go up to Hey Fig, why don't you go check that fire out, and I'll let you have first selection of piece of chicken at camp tonight.
We have the chicken.
I point to the chickens in the cart that are in the crate. I'll fry one up especially for you.
You kind of see him like a little bit of drool coming out of his mouth. Okay.
He's like, okay.
He does say okay.
Thanks, bud. And I pat him on the back and.
He said okay. He's on the Discord. He said
Perfect.
He said okay.
I'm gonna give him guidance.
Okay. I do not have this character sheet in front of me. If someone can make a stealth roll for me.
Sure.
Do you have it? Where are you?
Stealth is +7,
That should be pretty good.
and that is a 16
Plus
+7
guidance.
plus guidance. So 23. God damn flagging. Oh, 27. He disappears from the game.
27.
Yep.
He kind of sneaks his way along, using just natural instincts and movements. You can tell this is not the first time that he is snuck up on someone. Even though he is stepping on bits of gravel, he makes no sound. It's like he's not even actually stepping on the ground. He scales up the backside of one of these taller rocks with relative ease in a short amount of time. You catch only the backside of his cloak and just the smallest little brush of his tail on the outside periodically. He'd almost blend in with how his movements are, catching the shadows in the right way. Then you see him kind of peer his head over the top ever so slightly. Now, did you want him to come back once he kind of sees what's going on?
Probably.
Yeah, just scout.
All right. With that roll, I'm going to say he's able to sneak back too.
Cool.
He kind of observes for maybe a minute or two, getting just a general assessment of what's going on, and he slinks back and meets back up with you. Okay, so there weren't very many of them.
There weren't?
Well, in comparison, about 4 humans, about 8 kobolds. They looked like they were having an argument of some type over who gets more of the food. I overheard a couple of them talking about how they were lost.
They say anything about where the destination was?
They mostly were arguing over the food.
Okay. Well, y'all think we can take them?
That's a lot.
Maybe
I'm
do
not
some
sure.
interrogation? Were there any of them big ass kobolds like Girth got bested by?
No.
So 4 humans.
Yeah, 4 humans and 8 kobolds.
That's
You know,
a lot.
The humans were dressed in like the robes, like the not the bandits, but they looked like the ones with the masks and the robes.
Well, I feel like we got surprise on them, right? Take out a few of them, keep a few more hostage, see where they're going. I'm not gonna get a better shot. And well, I got a spell I can cast too that I kind of talk to plants a little bit, and they can kind of hold them in place for a little bit. So that kind of gives us an advantage.
Let me see if I can try something real quick. How far is this campfire away?
I'll say 50 yards, maybe 60 from your current position.
Whose dog is that?
All right, I'm gonna try to sneak over. Have like Fig show me the way, hopefully guide me like the route he took. And I'd like to get in the bushes and hide. And I would like to use thaumaturgy to kind of like put a whisper in one of the humans' ears.
Okay.
Like it sounds like one of the other humans is like saying that
What's the range on the spell?
Huh?
What's the range on the spell?
30 feet.
You have to get pretty close.
Do it.
I'd say stealth roll.
Okay.
Guidance?
You can give him guidance.
Guidance.
God, I forgot.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, as I've got
So I
it at
strip down to
disadvantage.
my skivvies.
At disadvantage. Oh, darn it!
Did you roll a 1?
I rolled a 2.
Well, that's better than 1.
Since we're doing penalty ones.
That is true, yeah.
Put that at 5.
Okay.
Probably not. I forget. I'm not a
Okay.
bard anymore.
The
was
DC
6.
was not really high,
But it wasn't that
but
low.
but it wasn't like a menial task either.
Wait, since Fig was assisting him, could he like?
Why would
Not
Fig
him.
be assisting him?
He said that he was trying to get Fig to show him the way to not.
Clearly, he was not paying attention to Fig.
Damn it.
Okay.
Interesting roll.
So yeah, I'm
Down,
trying in
Daniel.
there, trying to get a little closer.
You get
Like
a little
my
bit closer,
armor's
and you
getting
ki-
caught
and
on
you kinda hear
everything.
them squabbling. You hear some of the humans kind of talking down to the kobolds, like, "You're lucky we give you any share at all. We did much more of the work than you did. You're not our masters. You're not the bosses. You're just peasants and peons like the rest of us. How dare you, you insolent!" And then it's about that time that there's like a little rock kind of it kind of rolls down the side of the cliff, and Fig is kind of like looking over, and he's like, "Get down!" And Fig sees a couple of the humans kind of stand up and look over in the direction that the sound came from. They kind of watch for a couple seconds, and about that time, a rabbit goes running, and they're like, "It's just animal, just a rabbit."
All right, so I want to use. Am I within range now?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I want to use thaumaturgy to whisper into. I think I'm gonna whisper into the. There's 7 kobolds,
8.
8 kobolds. I'm gonna whisper where the kobolds can hear it, and be like,
Gonads.
they're already sneaking food back behind that. The humans are already sneaking food, like trying to make it sound like a kobold's voice. Like they're sneaking the food already. They're already cheating us food, and they want more of the food.
Okay, make a well, I'll say deception roll.
All right, +0. Golly, I'm fucking a 5.
So your kobold, your impersonation of a kobold voice, doesn't come across very convincing. It does distract them. They're like, "Hey, you hear that? Yeah, I hear that. Someone said the humans are taking all the food. Who said it? I don't know. I believe them, though. They've been trying to just cheat us the whole time. Man, when we get back to the bosses, those guys are gonna get it."
I'd like to whisper into the humans' ears using the thaumaturgy.
Okay.
The same thing, but well, it's easier in human voice. But like, I seen the kobolds take all the food. They're hiding more food. They're storing more food away from you all until you're not looking.
Make a deception check. I'm gonna give you advantage on this
Oh, nice. Let's try a different one. Nat 20.
because you are a human, right?
Yes. Yeah, my second roll is a 20.
You set the thaumaturgy out to whisper in an area near two of the closest cultists who are preparing food right now. It looks like they're cooking some sort of animal that they may have trapped and have killed, and they're roasting it. They're like spinning it on a spick and trying to evenly cook the meat. And the kobolds seem very upset. They accuse them of burning the food and that they're not going to give them their fair share, even though they did all the work hunting the animal. That's like the bulk of the argument. You kind of hear the kobolds over there even talking like, "We did all the work. We tracked it down. We hunted it. We killed it. We even dragged it back. And they're over there just telling us what to do. They didn't help at all. We should definitely get more. And plus, there's more of us than there are of them." Yeah. And the humans are like, they're gonna wait. They're trying to take more food from us. Yeah. I definitely feel like they're gonna do that. They kind of like agree with what you said out loud, not realizing that it was from an outside source. I say we just kill them all. The bosses might get mad. They are on the payroll. First chance we get, we'll ditch them. Okay. So there's now kind of like this. They're kind of like separated. They're not as close as they were on opposite sides of the camp.
Don't cross this line.
What are you drawing a line through my swamp for?
I think I'm gonna wait a little bit since I'm so clanky. I'm like, once they separate a little bit.
Okay. You want to attempt to leave? Go back to the party, or are you going to try to go into the camp?
I think I'm gonna wait and maybe send Fig back with a game plan that let him know that the camp is separated,
Okay.
and maybe we can take out the humans first. I think that would probably be, but we can wait till the other ones get here.
Okay.
They make more of a game plan.
Since Fig has taken the path a couple of times now, I don't think he'd have any difficulty going.
Mm-hmm.
So he comes back, kind of relays the plan to you. The plan that Crispin's kind of said this is a pretty good idea. What do you guys want to do?
We can get a surprise attack off. I'd say we do it.
Yeah, I think so. I think you can stir him up into like actually fighting. I've got that thing he was using too, so I can try and help. And I'm going to demonstrate my thaumaturgy and make a little fart noise. Just a little. Right in Crispin's ear.
Oh.
Or no, it comes out of the kernel.
Wow.
So you think we can get him stirred up enough to get a brawl going, and then we jump in, take a few more prisoners?
Kristen is over by the camp, and we're a little bit further away.
When he comes back, I said that. Oh, you come back?
No, Fig was gonna bring you all up.
Oh, I thought you coming back.
Oh,
Yeah. No, he's there. He's like, I am not stealthy. I'm going to wait here.
yeah, it's probably best if I
He
see.
said, "This is dangerous for me. I am good."
I'm in
Makes sense.
Thank you.
I think we sneak up, Big with his bow, you with your boom.
It says
stick
if you
thing.
cast this spell multiple times, you can have up to 3 of its 1-minute effects active at one time, and can dismiss such an effect as an action. So I think I still have the whispering going over in the Kobold camp and one in the human.
Okay.
Kill him. Kill him.
So,
And
you
then
guys are approaching?
And I think
Yeah.
while they're on their way there,
What's your-
they're
are you
separated
being
and the voices are just talking to them. I'm gonna have I'm gonna boom a voice in the middle of camp where the food was, and be like, "They're stealing the food."
All right. So, you guys are making your approach. I need stealth rolls from all of you individually.
Are you very stealthy?
I'm not stealthy, but
I'm
I'm
trying
not.
to decide who's going to get guidance. Is
I'm
what
s-
I'm doing.
I got 17. I don't need him. Just give it to him. He's gonna be the best to have guidance, or on yourself.
All right. I need to be closer than you do, so I'll take it.
Cool.
I don't know what I just rolled. That was for initiative. Didn't mean to do
Yeah,
that.
you don't need to roll anything. You're already there. You're
Oh.
kind of like.
I know.
Fig
I turned my
is
computer
fine.
on in
Okay.
it.
I got a nat 18 before we had modifier, so we're fine with that.
I got a 13.
Okay.
15.
15. Okay. So with a little bit of discourse brewing and a little bit of tempers flared, Fig, Gulk, and
Fiora.
Fiora, you guys all tiptoe along very quietly. You're able to follow the path that Fig shows you, and you were able to kind of climb up these, like, not super steep rocks, but you're kind of like up on the rocks, kind of looking down at this situation.
I think when they round the corner.
Otis. Not good enough.
I think when they round the
Your
corner.
your gun, as you're kind of like toting along, the bottom barrel of your gun scrapes against and kind of bangs up against one of the rocks and knocks a couple of little rocks loose. You're kind of looking over and viewing this, The kobolds don't seem to notice. They're still like really mad that they feel like they're going to get screwed out, and they're being a little bit loud. But they're the furthest point away from the camp. The humans, one of them stands up and kind of nudges the other ones. I think we got company, boys. And then the rest of them stand up and they turn towards the direction that the sound made. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. All right. So, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Hope we had a good one. We are not going to be back next week. We have we're going to be off for we have too many people that are out of town for vacations and stuff, so we will be coming back the following week, and we'll continue up with the adventures then. However, we got one little piece of business before we go off of the air tonight. We have been kind of like promoting this. We're going to be giving away some. We're going to be giving away a giveaway to the people that have watched the last couple of weeks. It's been on our socials for how you do that, and on our TikTok channel and stuff. And we're going to do the drawing live on the air, and we will be spinning this little wheel here in a second.
Twice.
I'm sorry, we have two giveaways to give. We have two people who are going to win something from us, some dice or something. I think.
Dice.
And as soon as we spin the little wheelie thing, we'll have the names. We'll write them down. We will reach out to you on the social media channel that you message us with, and find out about how to get said gift to you. As a thanks for watching. Thanks for everybody that tuned in. Thanks for everybody that has been supportive of what's been going on. We really appreciate all of you. All right, so go ahead and make the first spin.
All right, first spin. How do I do it? Oh no.
I have no idea. This is
Click.
your thing. Okay, so we're spinning. This is the first winner of our first giveaway ever, and it is Corrosive 12.
That was cute.
If Corrosive 12 is watching still, thank you for watching. We will be getting in touch with you. Go ahead and write that one down. That's one of our winners.
Got it.
You
You can't win twice.
You cannot win twice, so if your name does come up again, which shouldn't, because he's going to take you off of the list. So we're going to spin one more time. We got one more prize to give out. And we're
3 shuffles.
give him a couple shuffles.
All right, here we
This
go.
is exciting, and we've never done this before.
Do
So.
this more often.
All right. And who'd we get? Who'd we get?
Impaled
Banana. All right, Impaled Banana. If you are watching, congratulations. You're one of the winners. We're gonna get your name down, and we'll reach out to you shortly to figure out how to get you your surprise present thing.
You have to pick
giveaway.
it up.
I will message people on TikTok. Most of our people come from TikTok, so check out for a message so I can send the dice to you. All the shipping and everything's paid for by me. As long as you don't live in the UK, then we're gonna have it in the chat.
Or Australia.
Yeah, pretty much United States. But we'll make it work.
We'll figure it out.
Maybe it'll be like an Amazon gift card. You can just buy it yourself. Yeah. So the other thing, we have another giveaway going. Once we reach 20 people, I believe we have 6 of the 20 slots filled.
Okay.
As of right now, and we're just gonna do some more dice sets.
Okay.
Or maybe switch it up and get some of the D&D pamphlet books, like the ones for the Paladin, the Rogue, and stuff like that. Give
Okay.
those away. But yes, everybody, thank you for participating.
Thank you very much.
Keep following.
Yeah, we very much appreciate it. Very much appreciate it.
Viet Cong assassin.
So yes, we will be out next week,
Yes.
and
Yeah,
we
it's
will be
my
back the
buddy
week
Twan.
after.
It's my buddy Tom.
Continuing
Oh,
the
yes.
adventure. So we hope everybody continues to watch and enjoys and follows, and yeah, leave us comments. Let us know what you like, what you hate, what we can do better, what you want us to do more of.
Yeah.
We'll keep doing those things.
Hell yeah, we will.
Yeah, I think that's it. All right, everybody. We'll see you in a couple weeks.